Samsung Galaxy A unlocked!
Gaming with this phone means you don't have to wait, so your characters can boogie and performance is great. Go Dragon, go Dragon, go, 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 go Dragon!
Save the world from suffering, the guardian dragons harnessed their powers once more. Sensing the dragon's resurgence, the powerful Kraken hastened his plan to destroy the world. Inspired by the fiery dragon warrior, many fine and noble warriors entered the dragon trials. Among them, a warrior from an ancient elven realm made his way to the dragon sanctuary, where the final trial of wisdom awaited.
Download for free Mobile Legends Bang Bang.
Me do my two-step.
The Razer SEA Games eSport event was absolutely a historical moment, not just for Southeast Asia region, but for the global eSport audience. With our sight firmly set to establish eSport at Olympic Games as a vision of our CEO Min, there are three focuses that we have to really go forward and have our vision established in the near future. The first is to grow our global eSport audience. Second is to establish the fundamentals, infrastructure, and local development among the country at the grassroots level. And the most scalable and sustainable way is to work with the Esports Federation, where they have the sole objective to develop this as a true sport in the country.
I remember on Game 5 where Philippines is starting out slow, but after a minute of back and forth, Philippines managed to force and win a team fight in the mid lane. That crucial team fight helped the Philippines regain momentum and win the series. I am really excited to see the competition, especially with how it ended in SEA Games. Will Philippines defend their title, or will Indonesia stop them? I am also looking forward to other countries such as Myanmar to get their shot at redemption.
အရင်နှစ်စီးကိန်းကတော့ကျွန်တော်တို့ဒီမြန်မာနိုင်ငံအနေနဲ့ဆိုကျွန်တော်2တင်း3တင်းသွားရတယ်ပေါ့နော်ကျွန်တော်တို့ဒီ Mobile Legends Dota AOB 3တင်းသွားရတယ်ပြီးတော့ကျွန်တော်အရင်အခုကျွန်တော်တို့ဒီစသွားတဲ့နှစ်မှာပဲ Esports လည်းစပြီးတော့ပေါ်လာတာဆိုတော့ကြောက်လေမြန်မာနိုင်ငံအသင်းအနေနဲ့တော်တော်လေးတော့ကျွန်တော်တို့အထဲထဲကိုတော့တိုးလိုက်ရတယ်ဗျချိုးဘယ်လိုမျိုးပြောမလဲရလက်တီကတော့ကျွန်တော်တို့မကောင်းခဲ့ဘူးဗျဒါပေမဲ့သူတို့အနေနဲ့အကောင်းဆုံးတော့ဒီကနေပြီးကြိုးစားသွားခဲ့တယ်အရင်နှစ်တုန်းကလည်းကျွန်တော်ဘယ်လိုမျိုးပြောမလဲ MES ဘယ်လိုမျိုးမထင်မှတ်ဖ ene ကျွန်တော်ပို့ဘယ်လိုမျိုးပြောလဲအများကြီးပို့ပြီးတော့လုပ်ပြနိုင်ခဲ့တယ်ပို့ပြီးတော့လည်းကျန်းခဲ့တဲ့ပွဲအဲ့လိုမျိုးထိုးနီး၎င်းပဲကျွန်တော်ဒီနေ့မှလည်းဒီလိုမျိုး Razer SEA-Invitational ပွဲရလဲလာအောင်မယ်အဲ့လိုမျိုးပုံစံခန်းနာကြီးပဲထပ်ပြီးတော့လာအောင်မယ်ဆိုတော့ရှင်ပြန်ရတဲ့သူတွေရောဆော့ရတဲ့သူတွေပို့ပြီးတော့စိတ်လှုပ်ရှားမလို့ကျွန်တော်ထင်တယ်စောင့်နေကြတဲ့သူတွေလည်းများမယ်လို့ထင်တယ်ပြီးတော့တခုရှိတာက
For Mobile Legends Bang Bang, the Razer SEA-Invitational will feature 10 teams randomly drawn into 2 groups, a best of 2 round-robin preliminaries followed by a double elimination playoff format.
To me, the exciting part is to see them coming back with 10 nations this time participating in SEA-Invitation. It's for them to defend the title or to claim the title for their countries.
Unbreakable, unstoppable, I push to the edge and take it all. I'm born to be untamable, go right to the edge and never fall. You got the best of me. You got the best of me.
This isn't about fame, fortune, or following. This is a calling. This is desire. This is obsession. This is what it takes to win. They search for more speed, focus, control. This is more than a game. This is esports.
Let's get this over with. I'm starting to get bored. I am only a shepherd.
Monster kill! An enemy has been slain!
Names in the holy light.
An enemy has been slain!
Download for free Mobile Legends Bang Bang.
love playing games, and you're always hunting for the best deals. Now you can get more back just from the way you pay. Introducing Razer Gold, the virtual credit for games and entertainment that rewards you back. With Razer Gold, you get to enjoy more savings with exclusive deals. Get access to special bonus gifts and in-game items you can't find anywhere else, like unique weapons and skins. What's more, with every dollar in Razer Gold spent, you'll earn Razer Silver, our rewards program. Just like airline miles, the more you spend, the more you'll earn. Just keep collecting Razer Silver, and once you've got enough, you can redeem it for Razer hardware, games, gift cards, and more. With Razer Gold, you get more savings and gifts, and automatically earn Razer Silver to redeem even more cool gear. It's the best way to get rewarded just for being a gamer. Get started by signing up for a Razer ID on gold.razer.com. Take a moment to verify your account so it's totally secure. And that's it. Start filling up your e-wallet with Razer Gold and enjoy rewards with every spend. So how do you fill up your e-wallet with Razer Gold? It's easier than you think. We've got over 1 million partners and stores around the world, both online and offline, where you can top up your e-wallet with Razer Gold. Don't have a credit card? No problem. Reload your wallet by purchasing these Razer pins. You can easily find them at your nearest convenience store, supermarket chain, or pawn shop. Prefer to do things online? We've got you covered. Reload your wallet with your credit card, internet banking, and even your telco bill via direct carrier billing. Now that you're stocked on Razer Gold and you found something you'd like to purchase, here's how you pay with Razer Gold. Click on Pay with Razer at the checkout segment of your purchase. Log into your Razer Gold account and use your wallet balance to check out. If there's insufficient Razer Gold, simply reload your wallet with a specified amount via online banking, credit card, or buying Razer pins from a store. Here's a sweet deal to get you started. Create an account now and verify, and we'll reward you with 1,000 Razer Silver. Start getting rewarded and getting more back when you pay with Razer Gold now.
Welcome to the Razer SEA-Invitational 2020, bringing you the best Mobile Legend teams in the SEA region. From 10 countries now, we're down to the top 4 teams. Team Vietnam and Team Philippines will be fighting to secure the slot in the grand finals with a secured and a guaranteed $3,000 for the second prize, and of course Razer gears. Meanwhile, Team Malaysia and Team Myanmar will be fighting for their survival on the lower bracket best of 3 series elimination match. And of course, this broadcast of the Razer SEA-Invitational is brought to you by Razer #This is Esports. Together with Tier 1 Entertainment and Samsung, experience the awesome performance of their brand new Samsung Galaxy A51 and A71. And of course, Razer has been the leader in Southeast Asian esports for the longest time. And most recently with the success of the 30th SEA Games, where esports was a medal event for the first time in history. They've taken that momentum and created the SEA-Invitational. The Razer SEA-Invitational is not just any tournament. This esports at an incredibly high level across 10 competing nations. Over 400 teams and 3,000 athletes battle it out to make it here to represent their country. That means these guys are truly the best. At SEA Games 2019, Razer worked with each other of the National Esports Federation to help bring esports to a larger audience. Now, they've done it again with the SEA-Invitational, making it a more inclusive event, this time with 10 countries represented. This event will help the athletes and organizations prepare for the planned SEA Games in 2021 in Vietnam. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, our first series, the upper bracket match in between Team Vietnam versus Team Philippines. I'll be welcoming here on the stream none other than Wolf. How excited can you be on our first and featured match?
Man, this is just weird because we're gonna have a 1v1, Rob. But as I was really hyped about this upper bracket match. Obviously, we have watched them, both of them, from opposing ends, right?
Yeah,
Group A and Group B, and we know that they have performed well. And to see them now in action, you always imagine what will happen if there's like the top of this group versus this group to prove themselves who is worthy of the top spot or the spot at the grand finals. You make scenarios in your head, and now we can see it happening. We can see the systematic way of Team Vietnam versus Philippines with their explosive outplays and their superstar trigger through the Carl TZ. So it's gonna be either the genius or the textbook players, right? And I think that's gonna be exciting to see.
Yes, very exciting indeed. But what's more exciting, well, is because our players, I think they're already ready because the draft is already on the way, ladies and gentlemen. Our featured match, of course, this is Team Vietnam versus Team Philippines. First match, this is a best of 3 series.
Yeah. All right. If we do have the draft now, I think that this should be, if Vietnam is watching us and have been watching the Group B, they should be doing. They should be batting out the link. By the way, hello, Manjin. We can hear you. Welcome back. All right. You made it just in time. Just barely.
But for now, you're just hearing my voice.
Yes.
Yes, we do hear your voice.
Yes. I was a victim of technology. I'm so sorry.
All right.
All right.
Yeah. I think, anyway, sorry, Majin. You caught us in a very good moment. But I was going to say that we should not be picked. We should not be let go by Vec Fantasy Main or Team Vietnam. So now they banned Selena and Uranus. I don't know if you're seeing this, Manjin. I think that eventually they should be banning out or deny picking the link if it's available, because I think that's just such a comfort for Philippines. But Philippines, they banned it themselves. Wow.
Well, I guess banning the 2 hyper carries if we were going to be talking about what happened on the previous matches of Team Vietnam, I mean, Broly was very, very amazing, of course, in the Claude. Meanwhile, of course, Carl TZ on Team Philippines did a very, very stellar performance in his link. But what's interesting, to be honest, in both teams, I think Selena is like the pseudo pick of both teams. I mean, Rebo, we've seen amazing Selena plays coming from Rebo in connection with Lusty's Kufra. But I guess, is this team? Oh, the Blues side. All right. Okay.
Yeah, right.
So anyway, so Esmeralda will be the priority pick here for the side of was it Myanmar? Oh, actually, this is Vietnam. Yeah, that was Vietnam.
So Louis is the pick now for Philippines. Don't be distracted by what you see outside.
Yes, I was actually thinking.
Yeah. No, Philippines going for the Popol Copa and Louis. I kind of find this awkward because this means that either one of them is going to be a core. Now, Popol and Kupa, however, it has been already picked up by the Philippine squad and more importantly, Bren Esports, the representative of Philippines in this tournament. They used it in the side lanes with few using it. So I think that this is absolutely a Louis support. And then you have a utility core, right? Popol and Kupa usage from few. Nevertheless, Vietnam, they will go standard this time with Kufra as well as the Thams. Thams being one of those heroes that are ever present in the meta and very strong. I think it's decent against heroes like Popol and Kupa because Popol and Kupa generally have more units, which always means more lifesteal for the Thams.
Yes, I totally agree, Wolf. I was looking at the way Team Philippines do their draft right now. It's somehow similar to Myanmar. Somehow Myanmar on their previous matches, even with Team Philippines, where they actually won against them, is that they were not using those tanks in the meta. Just even Atlas was open, even Hylos was open. They go for like a support Jawhead, which is that's gonna be their main tank. And the way they draft it in terms of Team Myanmar is that they go for a very, very aggressive start to mid game, trying to get their hyper carry to get 2 or 3 core items going into the late game and possibly snowball and win the game. That's what actually happened in between them and the Team Philippines. Somehow, I was actually looking, that's the way Team Philippines are going on right now, because we could be able to see here that for Team Vietnam, these are too tanky in terms of in their heroes, and everything is like a sustained type of lineup. I mean, but I guess the Team Philippines did secure their hyper carry, and we all know that's going to be the hero for Carl TZ.
Yeah, so I guess that with the Philippines, they need. I think a solid tank now. Atlas is available, so probably that's gonna be the choice for Philippines. Vietnam, they always go for pushing lineups. It's always part of their systematic way of approaching things. So Kimi is gonna be natural for them to be picked up. I like the Farsa too, because even when there's like a lot of damage from outside, like from the Popol and Kupa, it's great versus the squishy heroes of Philippines. Now I think that it's either Hylos now or Atlas for Philippines. It would make a lot of sense.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, would you actually say that Team Philippines were outdrafted in this certain match? I mean, most of the time, Team Philippines, whenever their opponent is picking such as a carry like a Kimi, they would definitely give Carl, of course the Ling was banned, they would definitely give Carl the Lancelot, but we have to ban the Lancelot because it's going to be a deny pick coming from Vietnam. But I guess that's what we're about to find out, Wolf, because I will be leaving. I've been with here. Heard Benjin is already on the way. I guess he was totally hype as well to get back into the game. Anyway, guys, this is an upper bracket match. The winner of the series will be a guaranteed $3,000 second place in the grand final slot. Wolf, the way we see the game, of course. Quick prediction. Who would you go for our very first match here?
Why do you have to ask me that? You know what? You know that I can't say no to Philippines. But I honestly did yesterday. So this is a strategy that will always work for me. I will vote for the enemy of Team Philippines. So that if I'm correct, at least
so you're saying you have this caster curse.
I have the caster's curse. If I don't make a prediction, at least I'm happy because Philippines won. So I think, honestly, all things considered, Vietnam's lineup looks really promising. It's very systematic, and it can work wonders against Philippines, which, dons a very squishy lineup. They're so mobile with the Cho, but I think that they can be easily be bursted down by their opponents. So that's a big question mark for me. Louis and Popol and Koopa as a support duo, that might not work. So maybe I'll go with Vietnam here. And please don't ask me that once again, problem.
Yes, definitely. I will be asking you, but I will be going to Team Philippines, but I will be leaving you. Manjin here, how are you doing right now?
Hello, thank you so much. Fresh from home, Rob Luna. I am now back. And yeah, I actually agree with Wolf here. I'm also considering Team Vietnam's drop, but not because I think Team Philippines will actually win this, but I actually think that Team Vietnam has the better draft because the Kimi and the Parsa is such a good combo to have, right? Because you have this long range damage, plus you have your your zone capability with the Parsa and the Cupra. So I think Wolf. I think that the Luyi and the PNK is such a good combo too. But I think Team Vietnam, they out-damage Team Philippines.
They will.
In the draft. Yes.
Oh, absolutely. Now, look at this. Even the Popol and Koopa, the designated tank now for Philippines, because I think it's probably the tankiest one. With Koopa, not Popol at all. But in terms of damage, Esmeralda oversteps his grounds, and they're actually missing a lot of shots now. I think that Broly, this Kimi also brought the fresh new skin, Manjin. So I think that this is always the case. So if you find a new skin, you always want to flex it, right?
It's a dragon Kimi. I will probably have that next week. Shout out to Rob Luna, free skins, right? Coming from Rob Luna. Go ahead, guys. PM Rob Luna if you want free skins. Well, by the way, kidding aside, I think that Team Vietnam, what their strengths here is their range game, right? It's all about the coast-to-coast damage, just like this. One combo with the Tyrant's Revenge and the Kimi procs was enough to get that pick off. So with this, I think Team Vietnam will just be aggressive all throughout, just like this. Come on. There you go. That's a combo.
Vietnam, they're ready for war.
Yes.
This is what, when I was asked how I can describe Team Vietnam last week, Manjin, I was tasked that question. And I said, they're systematic. I'm going to repeat my words again. They always go for these objectives that will just blow your mind. Sometimes they go Masha even to go with the Kimi. This side is only Kimi. But knowing that Philippines doesn't have the best wave clear in the world, they can be forced down. In fact, it's going to be hard for Team Philippines to fight this Team Vietnam lineup because there's a lot of, look at the ingredients that they have. They have a solid initiator, they have solid tanks, they have good control, they have damage, they have pushing potential, they almost have everything you need for an early game lineup. Now
it's so flavorful, right?
It is.
Team Vietnam's lineup. The question here, Wolf, is how can the Philippines break the system? Because what they did is they banned out 3 core funnel heroes: the Lancelot, the Ling, and the Claude. And I think they thought that Team Vietnam doesn't know how to pull off the Kimi composition. Because again, if you have a Popol and Koopa, and if you have a Luyi in your lineup, especially with this extra X-Borg as well, I think Team Philippines, they're expecting an assassin for Team Vietnam. Because if you have these 3 heroes, assassins are worthless with these 3 heroes, with these 3 enemies, because you can't really enter because of the control that the dog has, the rotation and the fire stakes. And now Team Philippines, their carry right now is the carry, which is, I think, has the shortest range of all the carries, but has the damage. It's gonna be hard for Team Philippines. But as I say this, that is one crucial pick-off there in the top lane, but Hyde is here for the backup. Team Philippines now disengaging as Tung Broly whip off the rocket, and there you go, Tyrant's Revenge from Trung Trung. That is another Tung Trin, I'm so sorry. That is another pick-off, 4-2, Wolf.
Yeah, we know this, that all the amount of damage that they can dish out in the early stages of the game. The fact that they're also leading. Look at this nice jump from the Cupra, forces the flicker away. Now look at Broly, so much damage coming out from this man. He tries to find the angle. Looking for the angle. Lusty's trying to survive this, but he can't. There's sparks already. You cannot dodge that. And Vietnam will close in on a kill and a turret. Top lane, bottom lane though, Philippines able to snag that kill on T-Max. Our Thams with the bonus turret afterwards.
Yeah, even though Team Philippines are resisting every damage that is coming from Team Vietnam, what their edge is right now is with their unusual pickups. Just like this is too risky. Coming in from Pew, that is of course a bouncing ball to secure the kill. Trung Trin will get that one, and the Esmeralda will survive. Nice outplay, but still, they want more, Team Vietnam!
Wow, okay. This is the first time I'll ever see that a flicker bouncing ball combo. It's usually like flicker into Tyrant's Rage.
Yes.
Or flicker into anything else. But this time,
he dribbled himself.
He passed himself.
Yes.
Like the ball passes to the ball.
Yeah. It's passception, bro. It's passception.
My goodness.
That's how aggressive, and that's how Team Vietnam is hungry for kills right now because of the damage that they have.
Man.
Yeah, man. Dude, Team Philippines, I don't know, because I can't really see any possible outcome that them winning the team fight with this lineup. Probably with pickups, but look at this. There you go, coast to coast, Tyrant's Rage, but it won't make it. But the Rage, the Hog will get two, and the Kimmy will get two as well with the energy transformation. Now the Esmeralda is mobilized here, but the Rocket is also there for the Kimmy. Broly just putting in a lot of firepower with this Kimmy, and Team Philippines, they're in the backseat, Wolf.
Now Flap TZ, look at this! They cover two outcomes now, and now Flap TZ in trouble. Will they be able to flicker away? But the rest of Team Vietnam says, that is just a diversion. We already have taken your turret bottom lane, and that was all part of the plan. Team Vietnam, like we said, textbook, systematic, always wants to go for the objectives, and they're doing it like a pro this time, Anjin.
Doing it like a pro, solving the formula, easy peasy. Man, it's so hard for the Philippines to just step inside the fighting zone. Anywhere you go, anything you do, the damage is coming from everywhere. With Team Vietnam, there are bullets coming in front. There are, like, I don't know what they call it, the feather airstrike coming upward. Man. This is Team Vietnam taking in control. This is their zone.
Their zone indeed. And look at Philippines. They don't have tanks. Lusty gonna take the damage from the air. Hide. Says, you can't hide from me. I'm Hide himself. Or whatever it is. And now, Manjin, Team Vietnam are leading by 5,000 gold. It's just 8 minutes. And the third turtle available for Team Vietnam to take.
Yeah, you know what? Philippines right now, they look like the last scene from 300, because you remember that when Leonidas and his allies, they just went in, and then they catch all the arrows coming from everywhere. That's what's happening right now. Team Philippines, they cannot position themselves, especially the carry. Even though you have the Purify, Team Vietnam doesn't even care if they don't stun you. What they want is to land each and every procs of the, what do you call it, the energy waves from the Kimmy.
Yeah, and the chemical transformation.
Yeah, the chemical transformation. And T-Max is just having the time of his life, is playing single player in the side lane. Yeah.
It's like a platformer for him. And you know what, Manjin? Philippines, they had all the chances in the world to last pick an Atlas, a Hylo, so that at least they'll have this tank in the Fortnite. Yeah. But they didn't. They opted to go for the Popol and Koopa, hoping that it will be tanky enough with the cursed helmet, but it wasn't the case. And with Louis, Popol and Koopa supports, your tankiest heroes might just be the X-Works, was the Cho. But imagine these guys receiving damage from the Kimmy as well as the Farsa. It's impossible to survive that onslaught. especially with Team Vietnam leading by a lot. It's 11-5. Manjin and Philippines are looking for ways to get out of their base. They're quarantined. Quarantined.
Yeah, it's
inside their bases.
2020 all over again.
2020.
For
indeed.
for Team Philippines. By the way, shout out to our viewers. I hope you guys are safe. Please stay healthy and
Stay
please
healthy.
practice hygiene. Because right now, Team Philippines, no matter where they go, they can't see their enemies. Their enemies are coming from out of nowhere, from the side, from the front, side by side, and it's total homicide here in this game coming from Team Vietnam. Look at the items right now, Wolf. Team Philippines still with their first core item, but Team Vietnam, they're now at their third. So yeah, I agree with you, man. Team Philippines, they don't have any tanks here to probably sustain all these damage coming in from Team Vietnam.
Look at Team Vietnam just taking the Lord easily with this very farmed Kimmy. 5-0-4. There's the Farsa just to zone them out and hide as well as the Kufra. What they're just doing is just to zone out the Team Philippines side, while T-Max, the Thams, able to divert some of their attention to him as well. And that's technically free Lord take coming out from Team Vietnam with now 8,000 gold in the bank. It's going to be a lot for Team Philippines. Let's see how they can defend. I think that I mentioned earlier that there isn't any potent wave clear coming out from Team Philippines unless they force the last immortality or they sacrifice their positioning. So it's not going to be the easiest Lord defenses in the world for Team Philippines, but it's not impossible.
Yeah, it is. It is. Anything is possible. Who knows? Again, we're used to seeing Team Philippines come back from a huge deficit, but man, this is just too much. I think this is now the Lord marching towards the mid lane. Look at the damage. Flaptizi even forcing out the last insanity. Nice stun!
Oh my!
From the Esmeralda, and wow! Team Vietnam wreaking havoc in the mid lane, getting a free tower.
So easy now, Pew in trouble. Look at the damage, but Louis, very nice pull in. The skill, here comes the falling Star Moon just to control him, but he's gonna be punished by the X-Borg as well as the rest of Team Philippines. I thought that was promising, but Team Vietnam, a little bit of miscommunication in there, but they did take out the inhibitor turret in the mid lane. The base turret, like we are saying, but the Kimmy is just so strong right now. If we just a few seconds, they'll be able to get the push. And that's one thing that Philippines should always take care of. Even the Farsa, look at that maximum charge, dealing so much damage. Now onto the purple buff, I think that Philippines are wanting to secure it, and they can't because T-Max was able to steal it with the immortality intact, the Counter Inferno as well. They have lost their Kufra, but man, they've denied them of the purple buff once again.
Oh man, Team Philippines, I think they're now suppressed inside their base. They tried their best to probably get something out of nothing. Probably get a little bit of damage, get a little bit of cooldown from the purple buff. But man, the Team Vietnam, it's just coast to coast, bro. It's coast like we're witnessing GSW here, bro. It's Splash Brothers again. The damage from the 3-point line, from the logo. Team Vietnam just putting on a show ever since the minute one. And Team Philippines, probably they can make a play with the Louis, but I think that's not gonna happen.
And that's the designated tank for Team Philippines, or the designated frontliner. It's been taken out 32 seconds with down, and Manribo almost getting hit with the maximum charge, but actually dodged. Now Vietnam, they're positioning themselves around this area of the jungle of Team Philippines, but Philippines, they haven't found the opening yet, but they have isolated one. That's the Cooper down for the count. Can they get more? It's gonna be crucial for Philippines to keep themselves alive, because they look at Team Vietnam. They are wanting to secure the purple buff, and they will. It's gonna be a steal for sure. Vietnam, they don't want to close it out.
Team Philippines, bro, they were actually outside of the danger area, and they think they found out how to like fight this one with that specific kill. Because what happened there is Team Vietnam hide. Those were like
Resurrecting
3 crucial feather airstrikes, and if it hit like 2 heroes from the Philippines, I think it's over right now. But man, Team Philippines, they managed to defend this, and now we are at the second Lord. What play shall we see here now coming in from Team Philippines, Wolf? Is this clutch time?
Louis, clutch time, let's go. We expect it, but the Farsa pops the feather there strike. They're prepping this up. They're wanting to go for this, but the cats on the ultimate. Nicely, they have outplayed Team Philippines right now. The Lord is theirs for the taking. My goodness, T-Max with the positioning as well. The Cupra helping out. T-Max in trouble. That's Immortality popped. But can they take him down? Yes, they can. They have eliminated now the Thams, but in trouble is Fury, who goes down. Another kill as the Godlike streak is going to be there for KTZ. 7-0-2 for this carry. They are slowing down the Thams as well. So the Cupra, I mean. But with the jump, he gets away. One thing for sure, Philippines, they have taken something out of Vietnam, but at least Vietnam able to secure that kill on the Lord.
They managed to stop the inevitable from happening. Wolf, I think Carl TZ right now, he is on anime mode. He's playing super safe, 0 deaths as of the moment. I did not notice that, Wolf. But man, Carl TZ with the help of his TZ brother, they were able to get killed. So there you go. That is the rage.
Cupra.
Connecting to 2, the Cupra. But Carl TZ, he is preheating once again, and he gets hide. Carl TZ with another clutch kill.
But the better clutch kill though coming out from his brother, Flat TZ.
The TZ brothers.
On Broly, that's very much important. That's the first death of Broly, but he will gonna be taken out. Lusty stays in here. And look at T-Max, controlled by Lusty, of course with the Yaw Mask, as well as the constant control coming out from this popular group makes it sure that they can win it, and it's not over till it's over. Vietnam, Philippines, they have forced the late game, and we know that in the late game, they're quite more favored. Very nice timing, but Hyde was able to hide himself away.
Yep.
Everybody's alive now for Team Vietnam.
Because I guess in the late game, Team Philippines, they will now out-sustain the burst. Because what you need right now for Team Vietnam is physical damage. Because I think Team Philippines, what they did is they focused on getting the Athena shield and getting more magic defense. Like for example, you have an Oracle and an Athena shield from the for the X-Borg, and the Popolin Koopa, Lusty, what he built was the Proto Belt. So with this, Team Philippines, they're now playing defense. Because it makes sense, because if you play defense and if you're a carry lineup, it's okay because the carry will still hit the damage because of the true procs from the light wheel marks. So wow, Team Philippines, dude, the question here is, have they infiltrated the system? That is the question.
Popolin Koopa is quite tanky now. That the outer turret first, outer turret in the middle, gonna be taken out for sure. Team Philippines are slowly climbing up the ranks. It's still a 4K lead by Team Vietnam, but I think at this point, 54 versus 58K, it's not that much of a difference when it comes to the farm, because if you look at the cores, they're actually the same. And even when you consider that carry is a little bit richer than this Kimi, so that's already good for Philippines.
Yep. I actually think that the carry can now catch the bullets with the Immortality and the Athena shield in his hands. And what he'll do is he's gonna man up to Broly here.
Okay.
And man, Carl TZ, this is vintage from this kid. He's not called the child prodigy for nothing. But as we say this, whoop, nice pickup there for Team Vietnam.
Very nice pickup, because that's a crucial one. And knowing that the Lord is going to be up in like 3 seconds, Team Philippines will not feel as comfortable. In fact, Vietnam, they're feeling it. After securing the buffs for this Kimi, I reckon they will now start fighting Manjin. And they have found their target. They jump forward. And that's just a jungle minion. Jungle creep. Oh, falling Starmon forward instead of backwards. They're trying to fight this. The Cobra with the jump. Luigi is going to be taken off of Lafteezy with the last insanity. They cannot tug Carteezy, or can they not? They have found the carry. They're diving him. And they take it down the first time. Lafteezy doesn't have the Ortatis, but the knock-up is there for the shutdown. Broly is going to be saved because he's saved by Hyde. Everybody from Team Vietnam covering each other's tracks. And now Lafteezy and Pew, the only ones to survive. In fact, Pew did not survive because his respawn time. But man, that was completely a 3-4-0 from Team Vietnam, and they're feeling it. They're diving now, Manjin.
They're feeling it now, Vietnam! You can't break the system! Pew is trying his best to solve the puzzle, but no! Team Vietnam will go towards the base, and they will take game number 1 against Team Philippines of this best of 3 series in our upper bracket.
Such an amazing display of systematic Mobile Legends for you guys. We are always talking about this whenever we want to describe them. They want to go for objectives. This time they've shown something else. From the very start, they've shown us how to systematically win a game. But in the end, they also showed us a little bit of heart. They showed us how to outplay even the best in the region, even this top team, right? In Vietnam. So much potential for this team, Manjin.
That was systematical, in the words of Finn, the human. By the way, Wolf, I think we need to take a break for a little bit, because I'm now gonna ask our hosts if ever there are really free skins or not. Rob Luna, how was the game for you?
Well, the game is, of course, amazing, but I'm not really sure about the free skin that you just let our viewers know, because I've receiving messages on my page. But kidding aside, ladies and gentlemen, well, like what we've been talking about, Wolf, on the drafting phase, I think it was an outdraft in the way Brand did draft, or at least Team Philippines drafted, because they actually removed 2 of the hyper carries. I think banning one of them is okay, but banning both of them is actually giving them in a tight spot, because I believe that they would be wanting to have that Lancelot, but they are, like what I've said, they are forced to ban it because for most likely it's going to be a deny pick coming from Team Vietnam. But, well, there was actually signs of life on that situation, because Carl TZ, of course, is an amazing carrier regardless of what champion you gave this kid. But, well, the TZ brothers are yet to prove themselves on game number 2. Team Philippines are not yet out, and if you all know, or at least a fan of this team, you know this is what we the fans of Team Philippines call like a download game. Would you agree with me, Wolf?
Yeah. So just to let the international viewers know, and we don't want to sound biased, but this is what we observed from them. This is called the download game. There's this running meme / description for Brand Esports when they were performing with this lineup in the past 2 seasons. So what they do is just to let the opponent win in game 1 and then take it by reverse sweep it with a masterful display come game 2 and game 3. Is this a download game? Maybe so, because here's the thing. This is the first time that they'll meet in this tournament.
Yep.
But maybe the problem I have with what Philippines did in that previous game is they did not respect what Vietnam can do at all. Like, even in the draft, they gave comfort picks. Even in how they move, they allowed Vietnam to take over the map. It's as if they are letting their opponents win with their best hand, and I don't think that's good practice, right? In international events, in very high valued matches, even when this is an upper bracket man, the Philippines need to respect more this lineup from Team Vietnam.
Yeah, well, I totally agree. Well, somehow let's go and talk about the way Team Philippines did draft. I mean, is it do you think it's too much getting both support? I mean, like position 4 heroes like Popol and Pupa, they're actually ongoing for that. They were on the red side, so meaning they're on 2 picks. So they get both of course those were meta meta position force, the Popolin Kupa, and as well with the Loyi. But is it too much, or is it better to get one phosphor and get one fighter, or at least get your carry already? What do you think, Manjin?
You know what, Rob? I think that was planned for Team Philippines. I think they were really practicing the Popolin Kupa, Loyi, and X-Borg type of play style. Because again, no one can really go in, especially if you have a carry as your carry. No pun intended. But I think I agree with Wolf that it's either Team Philippines, they are confident enough with this lineup, or they underestimated the capabilities of Team Vietnam, or they just thought that, hey, there are no more carries. Broly can't play the Kimmy. So I think that's what happened.
Well, it actually proves them wrong, because Broly was amazing Kimi user. But what's amazing right now is this, because Team Philippines already on a match point. Can they be able to do a reverse whip? I'll be leaving these two amazing casters to cast the second match in between Team Vietnam versus Team Philippines. Again, guys, the floor is yours.
Thank you so much, Rob. And we do hope that this will at least be a 3-game series, so that our anticipation is going to be there. But I would equally love it if Vietnam would just go and 2-0 Philippines, so that the Philippine squad will learn their lesson, but also for the viewers to learn their lesson that even in these very chaotic meta that we have, a systematic way of dealing with things can still work. Objectives are still the most important pieces of the puzzle. Now, Philippines versus Vietnam, it's always a battle of who gets the Ling. Will Vietnam let Philippines get the Ling? Maybe they will not ban out the Claude this time. So here's what I feel about Team Vietnam. Maybe they'll just ban out something like Louis or anything else, or maybe a Uranus, right? Just to let go of the Ling and Claude, and then Vietnam will just take one or the other. So that's gonna be equally scary for me, for Vietnam.
But Wolf,
there it is.
There it is. So the Claude is open for the ban or the pick or the Ling as well. You know what? I think one way to break the system is to hit its core. And right now, Team Vietnam, I think what they did is they updated their system well, like answering Team Philippines with the specific bans with the Selena and the Uranus, right? Because they shifted, because what we're seeing right now in the meta is people are like looking at the carry bans, the funnel bans, but they shifted towards very specific heroes to counter Team Philippines. So I like this. I like what I'm seeing. Vietnam.
Vietnam, they're definitely going to go Claude and Kufra. It makes a lot of sense. Even if the Ling is picked up by Philippines, they wouldn't care at all. Even if there's the Louis pick or Farsa pick from Philippines. Now, Vietnam, maybe they'll close this out, this draft with the Masha sometime in there. So their third pick, I'm looking at another Farsa pick from them, because it just makes sense against the Thams.
The Thams,
So now Philippines, will they go Ling? Even when there's already Kufra available. Even the Lancelot, honestly, is not that good for Philippines, but they'll pick the Atlas and the Ling nonetheless. Vietnam, I think they're going to go for either a Valier now or Farsa.
A Hylos maybe?
Maybe.
Or a Kaja, probably, to catch the Ling. You know what? I think Team Philippines, even though the Ling is counter to... even though Kufra counters the Ling, this is in the hands of Carl Tizzy, the child wonder. And we've seen it time and time again on how Carl Tizzy plays this Ling. He plays it patiently. He runs it with the emblem, the Killing Spree emblem, to outplay. And we shall see what can he bring to the table. Man. As Wolf, you're still right, man. 100% predicted.
100%, man. It's still the matcha. We know this. So eventually they'll go like Farsa, Valier on their 4th or 5th pick. Masha makes a lot of sense because it kind of covers what they don't have with the Kimi. And this is also one of their
Your team.
how to say this? Their favorite picks.
It's one of their niche picks.
With it. Their niche picks. Philippines should be banning out either Valier or Farsa now, because it's gonna be extremely hard for them to deal with it, or maybe a Johead actually, because Vietnam can also pick that up, or maybe an Lunox or an Alice
Lunok
or something
side
of some sort.
Lunok,
Yeah.
Lunok side lane maybe.
Oh, there's
to
the
at
Joy.
least to at least answer the Kufra.
And
Yeah,
there's the Joy. Man, I'm predicting this.
Yeah,
I'm
man,
good at it.
you're doing it. You're doing it. What did you drink? What did you eat?
I had
Pastil? You ate pastil?
no, I had a Vietnamese food actually. Like
there you go.
Yeah, we had pho nem run. Man, by the way, to all of the Vietnamese viewers out there, man, food is amazing. All of you guys.
I hope that I can taste that soon.
Yeah,
I hope that
tap yourselves to the back. Vietnam made a big contribution to the world of food.
You know what? I think
Nemran rocks.
Nemran rocks. You know what? I think you can like find like delicious cuisines in Asia. Asia is the best continent, and I don't know if it's a country or continent, but Asia is the best in terms of cuisine. So shout out to our countrymen and the other countries too.
Okay.
There you go. There you go. There's your parsa pick, Wolf.
There
What
it
is
is.
the answer here for Philippines? Angela Ling.
So Angeline combo, and they're gonna finish it up with an X-Borg. We think that Vietnam will just go straight up with the mage now, perhaps Lunox, and maybe take a page out of Philippines book, get the Alice,
or Helper.
Will make sense for against the Ling, or I'm looking at the Lunox or
Lunox. Yeah, Lunox is the best. Oh, Baksha.
Whoa, this is
mashup.
gonna be big, man. This is much better than what I expected. If they go Baksha, that would be good against the Claude combo, but instead they would go standard. You also predicted this, Manjin. It makes a lot of sense.
I think it's safer if they pick the Aja, but it is like it is
the perfect.
It is adding seasoning to what you're cooking. This is it. This is the Baksha pick. So they're gonna run wild, bro. They're gonna run wild. We've seen this last November, bro. It's the Masha Baksha combination. Yeah.
Masha Baksha combo. So here's the deal. Why I really love this Baksha pick coming out from Vietnam, because it just totally cancels what the regeneration there is coming out from the Angela.
Yeah.
It also makes it hard for Link to overly commit because it's not the easiest. Now maybe the only thing that I might not like about this recipe coming out from Team Vietnam is the fact that they have this off lane or side laning Farsa, or maybe a mid lane Farsa, nonetheless a core Farsa. Shannon tells me, okay, if the lane takes over, a big chunk of whatever you have farmed can already be taken out. And honestly, I'm not seeing the world wherein Farsa can be comfortable against a lane. Maybe as a support, you can argue that, okay, if the lane goes for me, I'm just a support, it's okay. But if I'm a core, and the link jumps on me, I'm gonna feel a lot bad. Maybe if the winter truncheon is already available, that's when you feel comfortable. But apart from that, solid draft from Team Vietnam. Philippines,
you know what, Wolf? You know what, Wolf? All your points are taken. I think they answered a lot of Ling gameplay. Like the Ling is fast, the lineup is also fast. The Ling can provide bursts. They have a little bit of mobility. I mean, a lot of mobility to dodge it. Plus, they negate the regeneration factor. So yeah, man. In terms of draft, I think Team Vietnam, they're the ones downloading Team Philippines here. Yeah. They're the ones who downloaded, I mean. So yeah, there you go.
Ooh,
Immediate League of Wonder. Yeah, what's happening?
I'm wrong. This is a core Baxia.
A side lane Baxia.
From Team X. Formerly the Thames player, and Hyde still plays through with the Farsa. This is much better. The invade coming out from Team Vietnam. Who's gonna take the orange buff? That's the bigger question. It goes Team Philippines, who secured it. Now flickering through the wall. Now safe. They're all safe and sound.
It was T-Dep try. I hope I said that correctly. But man, that was so huge for Team Vietnam, for them to shut down Carl TZ once again, delay his farm once again, and it will give Team Vietnam the opportunity to be aggressive.
That's right.
With their lineup, because one thing to take note with with the Kufra and the Baksha is that they can immediately engage and disengage just like this. Immediate backup coming in from Team Vietnam. They're trying to protect their orange buff, but Team Philippines, they want it. They want it as well. You steal ours, we steal yours. It's an eye for an eye.
And Cartesi going. The bigger problem though for Team Vietnam in that specific moment, Manji, was that Cartesi was level 4. The rest of Vietnam, they're just level 3.
Yeah.
Broly just all reached level 4, but that won't matter. Just the threat of having Tempest Blades really told Vietnam to just back out, get away from my zone, and even if you take away the orange buff from Cartesi says,
yeah,
it's not over till it's over. I'm gonna steal yours too. An eye for an eye.
This is actually what I like about Team Philippines. They have a lot of brute forces in their gameplay, in their play style. They're always like that. They want to bully their enemies every time, playing mind games with them in the early stages. So with this Team Philippines, I think they're still up front, but there you go. That is why the Cooper is counter to the Ling. The Ling is now half health. That is the Angela ultimate for the Ling. Escort is going to be alive. That is of course the Tempest of Blades, plus the last insanity from Flapteasy to kill the Master. And I think it's time for Team Philippines to run because Team Vietnam, they want this fight. There you go. Another kill for Team Vietnam. Will they get more? No, it is a 1-for-1 trade.
1-for-1 trade-off. Hyde actually jumps in. Coming up from the Cooper as well. Nice synchronization of skills getting out from Team Vietnam. It's almost like they were dancing at this point. Now Lusty, level 4 already. Fatal Links available. Will not be able to use it instantly because the rest of Team Vietnam are just pummeling through. But they have bought time. And I think that's what Lusty was just trying to do, making sure that Carl Tizzy will be ready for the fight or maybe to defend Lord. But while that's happening, the turtle is going to be slain by Team Vietnam. And that's even better when it comes to objectives that they have secured.
Trung Trin with the surprise. Flicker Tyrant's Rage. Carl Tizzy did not expect it.
Not at all.
And man, he got faked. It was a pump fake for Team Vietnam. And with that, free turtle for Tung Broly and Broly now on a roll. Now having the Raptors Machete. Man, Team Vietnam is outplaying Philippines time and time again.
Yeah, a lot of outplays happening indeed, Manjin. And the fact of the matter is that Team Vietnam's lineup, they are easier when it comes to executing it.
Yep.
Now, the Kufra still pops the free man Tyrant's Rage, but the rest of Team Vietnam says, okay, you didn't need to do that, but you did. So they've lost the turret at the bottom lane. They have fed 1 kill. And unfortunately, Team Philippines are known to punish these kinds of mistakes.
Yeah,
from anything that they face.
Tung Trin, he needs to be careful again. I think he's so pumped in landing those Tyrant's Rages.
Yeah.
So and there you go again, another Tyrant's Rage. Coast to coast range from Trung Trin. Another pickup.
Look at T-Max. Look at T-Max now initiating. Carl Tizzy is gonna be in the middle of them all. He's gonna be jumped. The stun, oh my goodness, really a mistake in there coming out from Carl Tizzy. And another job. Human Tyrant's Rage. And they have initiation. They have the Fatal Links. Rebo tries to deal damage, but he's just Angela at this point. Flap Tizzy sweeping the floor, but receives so much damage from the Farsa. Now look at this. Cupra still alive. In comes the Masha. Will miss the mark. Flapteasy will keep himself safe. Lusty dips to the fight once again. Will not find anyone. Oh, the Masha just flickered. Look at the sidestep, and there is the closeout kill coming out from the Cloud. Beautiful. Coming out from Team Vietnam. They dip in, they dip out. They go in, they go out. Wax in, wax out. Everything, man. They're cleaning the floor.
It is the Karate Kid style of play for Team Vietnam. If you do that in your training, you're gonna be so strong, bro. Team Vietnam, especially Trung Trin, this is, man, commended place here, sandwiching Team Philippines in that narrow vicinity. Team Vietnam, they are now again forcing Team Philippines to react in every way possible, and man, they're out-sustaining and out-damaging them. Dude, Team Max also with a great flank as well. Even though I think the the X-Borg and the Angela is also a good combo. It was still not enough because T-Dep try. He also has a lot of surprising moves in his pockets. Man, this is Mind Freaks. This is Team Mind Freak coming in from Team Vietnam.
Yeah. This is not over though, Manjin. You have to take note. Team Vietnam, even if they get like 6 kills now, it doesn't automatically mean that they are leading against the Philippines. In fact, it's just a matter of 100 gold or so. Look at the Ling, however. Doesn't have a full item yet except from the Raptor Machete. And if you compare him to the farm of the Cloud, which is now at 5.1k, that's already a lot. For Team Vietnam, they have been able to push the turret up top. Now they will just regroup on the back lines. Maybe secure the next round of buffs at this point.
Man, I also like what Broly picked as his emblem. It is a killing spree to match up with Carl TZ in the late game too. And man, again, the Claude is easier to use, but that is a good Purify coming up from him. Pew is too deep here. The purple, it's alive T-Max. He will now pop the ultimate, but Hyde is also here. They just want the purple. Give it to me, says Carl TZ. And there you go. That is an immediate disengage for Team Philippines. Oops.
It's like, okay.
Not yet. Nice
timing, man.
Nice ultimate, but T-Dep try is here. He's trying something here, trying to bait out the skill, but Team Vietnam, they will now go for the push. Flap TZ with the last insanity, and the fatal links out of nowhere for 2, but only 1 will die as the blazing duet was enough for Team Vietnam to get a 1-1 trade.
Now the battle for that purple buff retribution coming up for Carl TZ is good. He steps into the cyclone, but the damage more than enough. Carl TZ gets away. Flap TZ makes him safe, but while that is happening, while the chaos is happening, Masha able to take out the turtle. Now Few in trouble. That's have the Cotton Inferno, but with the burst from Vietnam more than enough. Flap TZ tags this Masha, but they found the last insanity. Gonna be stolen by Team Vietnam. That's the orange buff taken by Hyde, and they get another. But the thing of the matter is, Philippines, they're still comfortable with this. Even though they're losing in terms of gold, the fact that Carl TZ isn't stopped when it comes to farm and the endless battle now available on him, I think that they are still confident on taking the mid game. But they have to be careful, Manjin.
Yes, they have to, because the Team Philippines, they're known to punish every little mistake that you make in the game. But again, Team Vietnam pumping it up. They're trying to put it landed damage here for Pew and Flap TZ. Hyde with a good zoning feather air strike for them to secure the tower in the bottom lane. But there you go, the Child Wonder. Look at the minimap. Making plays, doing hard work, trying his best to create space for his team.
But T-Max gets the orange buff nonetheless. I was amazed at that. Maybe Ling's attack animation wasn't available yet, but he did have the retribution. Maybe he did not respect the fact that Baksha can steal it away from him. The case has been closed, but it's still an even game, honestly, Manjin. Even if it's an 8-3, Philippines, if you're looking at the economy right now, it's not that much of a lead for Team Vietnam. In fact, 1,000 gold lead, 1.8k at this point is almost negligible.
I think it's so. They're still in a good standpoint, but I think Team Vietnam, what they're doing is they're not playing it 5-on-5. They're playing it confusingly. But again, Hyde will pop the feather airstrike. Here comes Stone Broly. He will now re-hit everyone. That is, of course, 2-man fatal. Let's let the Purify. Broly, I mean, will dodge it out. 2 heroes again dying for Team Philippines and Team Vietnam. This is now an easy access to the Lord Pit.
You know what? When Vietnam saw that there's like damage coming out from Philippines, they just grouped themselves up. The boat is sinking. Let's group ourselves into 5 and then put the Revitalize in there. T-Max was able to heal everyone. They didn't die. And Lusty Few, they have received the brunt of the AoE damage as well, coming out of Team Vietnam and Predator Strike. You have the Blazing Duet. You have the damage from the Masha as well. Put them all together. You have this killing potential for Team Vietnam. Now, the bigger problem for Philippines is after Vietnam wins team fights, they always go for objectives. This is what we're talking about, them being systematic.
The system still works.
It's a system.
Yeah, it's a system. Where is the X? Where is the Y? You cannot answer that because, again, what is the solution here for Team Philippines? The Lord is now in the mid lane. Now the tower will now fall down. We're now at the third tower as Broly once again. Look at the pokes, bro. Carl Tizzy now at half health.
But this is just distraction in the middle. The real problem is in the bottom lane with Masha in there. And Vietnam, look at what they're doing. They're trying to attract and lure Philippines out of their base so that the bottom lane is going to be finished out. And even with just 2 sentences, man, the turret has fallen in the bottom lane. That's how fast they can do it.
Man, it's like Team Vietnam is exercising a track and contract. I don't know if that's right. I don't know if I said that right.
I don't know, man.
Yeah,
I don't know.
But it rhymes. But it rhymes.
What matters is the rhyme. Oh, Hyde is going to be able to hide.
Oh!
Broly. They want to punish Kartizi now. Kartizi gets away. T-Max looking for an angle. The Cupra actually in a bad spot. Precarious spot even. But in they go with the feathered airstrike. There's not much combination from Team Vietnam as they have not eliminated anyone yet. But they did fend off Team Philippines at this point.
No can do. No can do, says Team Vietnam. T-Max and Trung Trin, they're still here in the top lane. Meanwhile, their allies, the Parsa is so far away. But where's the damage for Team Philippines? Where is it, Whoop? Oh no, here comes the cavalry, the backup from behind. Broly getting few. Here comes Kartizi, but man, Hyde is still safe, fluing away to safety. Oh! You can't stop the system, Whoop! Can't download it, says Broly. Those are normal hits. Normal hits after normal hits. Double kill for Broly. Art of Timmery. That is, of course, a flamethrower for Flapteezy. But man, the fire is not burning in the dance floor, except he goes down 6 feet deep, bro. Ooh!
Sit down, Vietnam. You can't break the system because the system breaks you. That's what they're trying to say now. They have shut down the Masha, but look at that combo. Fatal Links is not gonna matter as Vietnam will not stop. They have eliminated the Thams. Kartizi will respawn, but will not reach the top because base is gonna be taken out. Vietnam takes the 2-0. That's how good they are, man.
The system works.
The system works.
The system works. Hail what? I don't know. Hail system. dude, man. We came up to the point that Team Philippines, they were having good initiations, right? Good entries, right? Good engagement, but man, they now lack the damage in the late game, and the Claude, man, Broly, you can't stop him. What he does is he just goes for the Purify and then Blazing Duet and then BMI out. And the problem for Team Philippines, they can't really catch him, man, because of the Purify, because of how fast he is. Like what you said in the draft, that they answered the Link's capabilities and they shut it down, this snowball potential from Kartizi, and man, they defeated the Philippines, and the Philippines is now and the lower bracket. Team Vietnam, their momentum right now, they're looking pretty strong.
They're looking pretty strong. Know who else is strong? Man, Rob Luna, the hardest working man in the Philippines right now. We cannot describe how good this is. Yes. It's heartbreaking for the Filipino fans, but man, if you get defeated like that in a close match, in a manner that you're defeated by really good players, I think that is respectable. Man, they deserve to be at the finals. Rob, what did you think about that game?
What I think about that game is somehow Team Philippines were kind of passive in such a way that they cannot be able to get a good initiation. I mean, in terms of their side lanes, those were like defensive or somehow just being reactive. I mean, those were strong side laners. I mean, the Tamus could be able to sustain his lane. The Export could be able to sustain his lane as well. But their middle lane, the only initiation that they have is in case that Lusty could be able to pull off a good Tyrant's Revenge, then probably followed by Carl TZ, and Rebo was just gonna be as well like a passive, it's just gonna go in together with Carl TZ. But meanwhile, on Team Vietnam, I mean, guys, this is Broly. Broly hasn't lost a single match here on the Razer SEA-Invitational 2020 with the use of a Claude. So I guess that was one thing to note about. But to the fans of the Team Philippines, on to our viewers right now, they will be going to our lower bracket, and they're going to be facing the winner of our lower bracket, our second series of the day, in between Team Malaysia versus Team Myanmar. But well, that's heartbreaking. That's very, very. I was actually hoping to see a game number 3. I mean, like Wolf was saying all throughout the cast, is that yes, Team Vietnam is winning in terms of the kills, but the gold, I mean, the gold is just 1,000 lead, meaning to say that they have farm. They do have farm. It's just they cannot be able to find a good way to execute their like a wombo combo probably. But do you have any final thoughts to say, guys, before we actually head to, I mean, for me, it's so I need one more game. I need one more game. But
I'm sure.
Unfortunately, I cannot be able to do so because. But by the way, congratulations to Team Vietnam, because they will be securing the top 2 for the a grand final slot, guaranteed top second placer with a $3,000 and Razer gears. But before we head on to our commercial break, Menjin, Wolf, you have final.
You know what, Rob? Congratulations to Team Vietnam. Hard work. Their hard work is paying off. The last time we've seen, me and Wolf, we've seen this team was in M1, if I'm not mistaken. They were up against the Philippines that time, and they lost. I'm gonna check that out. But yeah, congrats to the team, and hoping to see more ML action. That was intense, actually.
Yeah.
These guys, they deserve their slot here in the playoffs. So yeah, that is it for me. Again, I'm so sorry for the technicalities earlier, but thank you so much for watching. By the way, for the audience that we have, I was just joking earlier. Don't message Rob Luna for free audience.
It's okay.
Message him for free dias. No, I'm kidding. Please follow our pages, Manjin Paldas and Wolfcast.
That's right.
Yes.
Yeah. For me, from the last words, just I'm going to say to everyone that if you give away to your opponent their comfortable picks, don't expect to win easily. And I guess that this Philippine squad, as good as they are as a team, they cannot let Vietnam be comfortable like that. For 2 games, they got their comfort picks. Man, we've predicted like 4 out of the 5 that they will pick against Philippines, and their bans too. So honestly, it doesn't. It is a hard lesson for Philippines for sure. They have to get back to the drawing board to prepare for tomorrow, because definitely whoever will face them will be prepared as well.
Yes, and well said. And that's your top global prediction coming from Wolf. But anyway, guys, team to the fans of the Team Philippines, they still have probably a chance to be able to go against Team Vietnam if in case they win their lower bracket finals tomorrow, because the grand finals will be a best of 5. But we would like to remind everyone that we were giving away $500 worth of Razer Gold pins to the lucky fans throughout the event. Be sure to click the contest link in the chat to enter. And of course, that is it for the first series. This is only the upper bracket, and we still have one more series to play. That's going to be in between Team Malaysia versus Team Myanmar. That's an elimination round, and the winner will be facing Team Philippines tomorrow. And we will be having a very short commercial break. We will be right back.
Samsung Galaxy A unlocked.
Gaming with this phone means you don't have to wait, so your characters can boogie and performance is great. Go Dragon, go Dragon, go, 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 go Dragon.
and courage will be eulogized in the galaxy. Faith is my unbreakable sword.
Me do my two-step.
The Razer SEA Games eSport event was absolutely a historical moment, not just for Southeast Asia region, but for the global eSport audience. With our sight firmly set to establish eSport at Olympic Games as a vision of our CEO Minang, there are three focuses that we have to really go forward and have our vision established in the near future. The first is to grow our global eSport audience. Second is to establish the fundamentals, infrastructure, and local development among the country at the grassroots level. And the most scalable and sustainable way is to work with the Esports Federation, where they have the sole objective to develop this as a true sport in the country.
I remember on Game 5 where Philippines is starting out slow, but after a minute of back and forth, Philippines managed to force and win a team fight in the mid lane. That crucial team fight helped the Philippines regain momentum and win the series. I am really excited to see the competition, especially with how it ended in SEA Games. Will Philippines defend their title, or will Indonesia stop them? I am also looking forward to other countries such as Myanmar to get their shot at redemption.
အရင်နှစ်စီးကိန်းကတော့ကျွန်တော်တို့ဒီမြန်မာနိုင်ငံအနေနဲ့ဆိုကျွန်တော်2တင်း3တင်းသွားရတယ်ပေါ့နော်ကျွန်တော်တို့ဒီ Mobile Legends Dota AOV 3တင်းသွားရတယ်ပြီးတော့ကျွန်တော်အရင်အခုကျွန်တော်တို့ဒီစသွားတဲ့နှစ်မှာပဲ Esports လည်းစပြီးတော့ပေါ်လာတာဆိုတော့လေမြန်မာနိုင်ငံအသင်းအနေနဲ့တော်တော်လေးတော့ကျွန်တော်တို့အထဲထဲကိုတော့တိုးလိုက်ရတယ်ဗျချိုးဘယ်လိုမျိုးပြောမလဲရလက်တီကတော့ကျွန်တော်တို့မကောင်းခဲ့ဘူးဗျဒါပေမဲ့သူတို့အနေနဲ့အကောင်းဆုံးတော့ဒီကနေပြီးကြိုးစားသွားခဲ့တယ်အရင်နှစ်တုန်းကလည်းကျွန်တော်ဘယ်လိုမျိုးပြောမလဲ MES ဘယ်လိုမျိုးမထင်မှတ်ဖဲနဲ့ကျွန်တော်ပို့ဘယ်လိုမျိုးပြောလဲအများကြီးပို့ပြီးတော့လုပ်ပြနိုင်ခဲ့တယ်ပို့ပြီးတော့လည်းကျန်းခဲ့တဲ့ပွဲအဲ့လိုမျိုးထိုးနီး၎င်းပဲကျွန်တော်ဒီနေ့မှလည်းဒီလိုမျိုး Razer SEA-Invitational ပွဲရလဲလာအောင်မယ်အဲ့လိုမျိုးပုံစံခန်းနာကြီးပဲထပ်ပြီးတော့လာအောင်မယ်ဆိုတော့ရှင်ပြရတဲ့သူတွေဆော့ရတဲ့သူတွေပို့ပြီးတော့စိတ်လှုပ်ရှားမလို့ကျွန်တော်ထင်တယ်စောင့်နေကြတဲ့သူတွေလည်းများမယ်လို့ထင်တယ်ပြီးတော့တခုရှိတာက
For Mobile Legends Bang Bang, the Razer SEA-Invitational will feature 10 teams randomly drawn into 2 groups, a best of 2 round-robin preliminaries followed by a double elimination playoff format.
To me, the exciting part is to see them coming back with 10 nations this time participating in SEA-Invitation. It's for them to defend the title or to claim the title for their countries.
This isn't about fame, fortune, or following. This is a calling. This is desire. This is obsession. This is what it takes to win. The search for more speed, focus, control. This is more than a game. This is esports.
You have slain an enemy. Killing spree. Monster kill. Ally has been slain. You have slain an enemy. Mega kill. Legendary.
Download for free Mobile Legends Bang Bang.
You love playing games, and you're always hunting for the best deals. Now you can get more back just from the way you pay. Introducing Razer Gold, the virtual credit for games and entertainment that rewards you back. With Razer Gold, you get to enjoy more savings with exclusive deals. Get access to special bonus gifts and in-game items you can't find anywhere else, like unique weapons and skins. What's more, with every dollar in Razer Gold spent, you'll earn Razer Silver, our rewards program. Just like airline miles, the more you spend, the more you'll earn. Just keep collecting Razer Silver, and once you've got enough, you can redeem it for Razer hardware, games, gift cards, and more. With Razer Gold, you get more savings and gifts, and automatically earn Razer Silver to redeem even more cool gear. It's the best way to get rewarded just for being a gamer. Get started by signing up for a Razer ID on gold.razer.com. Take a moment to verify your account so it's totally secure. And that's it. Start filling up your e-wallet with Razer Gold and enjoy rewards with every spend. So how do you fill up your e-wallet with Razer Gold? It's easier than you think. We've got over 1 million partners and stores around the world, both online and offline, where you can top up your e-wallet with Razer Gold. Don't have a credit card? No problem. Reload your wallet by purchasing these Razer pins. You can easily find them at your nearest convenience store, supermarket chain, or pawn shop. Prefer to do things online? We've got you covered. Reload your wallet with your credit card, internet banking, and even your telco bill via direct carrier billing. Now that you're stocked on Razer Gold and you found something you'd like to purchase, here's how you pay with Razer Gold. Click on Pay with Razer at the checkout segment of your purchase. Log into your Razer Gold account and use your wallet balance to check out. If there's insufficient Razer Gold, simply reload your wallet with a specified amount via online banking, credit card, or buying Razer pins from a store. Here's a sweet deal to get you started. Create an account now and verify, and we'll reward you with 1,000 Razer Silver. Start getting rewarded and getting more back when you pay with Razer Gold now.
Wasn't able to secure the orange buff, but now they're onto him. He's able to run away though, because Kagura is just way too mobile of a mage. Want to go for the Hylas this time, and they transfer it now to the Kagura. Flap TZ is going to be stopped at this moment, and will be able to take it. The real rookie takes down the rookie, and now for more. Flap TZ going to receive some damage, but the Counter Inferno keeps him alive. There's a double kill, as well as the Revitalize from Lusty to make sure that everybody from Team Philippines is top, and they are so alive at this moment, man, Gene.
Flap TZ was like, hey, you're just a rookie, but I am the super rookie. And now Rebo and company ending this game. This is it, ladies and gentlemen. Team Philippines will get their first.
That's right.
We're seeing right now in Team Cambodia, even though they took, they showed us the Old Town Road. It was an old road.
It was a very old road. Oh, it was the Avatar of the Guardian, another one of the
new
superhero landing. But they are eliminating two. Look at Flap TZ. Now wants to dive this. Hello. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Flap
TZ. Oh my! I had high hopes for Team Cambodia, man.
Me too.
I want the horses to win.
I wanted the horses to win as well, but it is what it is. We are
it is what it is.
A good comeback from Team Philippines, and they have emptied the floor. And here they go, the classic bravado that they have as they take down
Team Myanmar. He is also down. We have the second Lord, or the level 2 Lord for Team Myanmar, and two players here with the Queen's Wings onto this game. DK is down, although we have Milk on the Cataract Inferno under the turret. Nice sustain coming in from him. And speaking of which, actually for the Team Indonesia, the carrier Princess item, I guess that there is not enough damage from him because it is the Queen's Wings plus the Bloodless Axe, so there is no spike damage for him. But again, this is the level 2 Lord onto the middle lane. CK is down. Two players left for Team Indonesia to defend their base, and we could see here Malagres is almost out of life.
Oh, not much of a defense here from Princess and Milagres. Possibly two of the softest members of Team Indonesia. Yellow Flash with the Tempest of Blades, debilitating Princess. But nonetheless, he would rather play it safe and try to secure the mid lane. But just the perfect order, Brilliant saving himself. Siko is the one who will fall. Now they are threatening the finish in mid. They only have 3 defenders here. Lord gonna march down mid. DK gonna finish the job. Sam taking down the top lane turret, throwing Hiccup in the field of fire. There's the jump in by Rich Jaya, Falling Star Moon. Not much he can do there because Milagres is going to open the hard guard. Yellow Flash takes him down. That is 2 down for Team Indonesia. Hiccup slain by Hen. Hen gonna pay the price. Royal will make sure of that. And the Lord is gonna start marching in. Princess, Tiger stands in, Tiger stands out. Down he goes. That is going to be the wipeout. Killing spree for Royal Milk. And it's only a matter of time. Myanmar is going to take this game. It's gonna be a 2-0.
What a game!
Good decision making for Team Myanmar Wolf. They're not really forcing any team fights. They're just playing with the objectives and getting it all done. Team Myanmar now getting the mid lane tower, and Shun not enough damage to counter this. There you go. Nice Tyrant's Rage there for DK. And man, Team Myanmar, I think this is now the beginning of the end, Wolf.
It is. It seems like it is the beginning of the end now for Team Lao. Jump from Esmeralda, missed the mark. Where's the Fatal Link? Still not intact though. They are getting punished. They're getting beat down. Team Myanmar are diving and they take out the Atlas. They also took down the turret in the bottom lane. That's the inhibitor down.
If you think that you can handle this, then you better know you're messing with savages. We're savages.
Welcome back to the Razer SEA-Invitational 2020. If you happen to miss the action of the upper bracket series, Team Vietnam shut down Team Philippines, hope for a secured slot for the grand finals, which will be happening tomorrow. But we will still see Team Philippines play once more tomorrow, yes, again, with the winner of our second series of this day in between Team Myanmar versus Team Malaysia. Elimination round, best of 3 series. And of course, who of these teams will continue to fight for honor and glory for their country and be much prepared for the upcoming SEA Games 2021 in Vietnam. But of course, I would like to introduce you to one of the amazing products of Razer, the Razer Viper. This mouse is built for esports, built for absolute control. Control the outcome of any battle with a gaming mouse that combines high precision, a cutting-edge lightweight body, and the fastest actuation in gaming. Meet the Razer Viper, featuring industry's leading mice technology that's designed with and tested by Team Razer athletes, bringing you a mouse that's bred to tear up the pro scene. Product features: Razer mouse optical switches actuate at the speed of light with industry-leading response time. 5G optical sensor for superior tracking accuracy. 69-gram lightweight design for swifter, more controlled swipes, and Razer Speed Flex cable for unhindered control and minimal drag. And yes, once again, we were just waiting for our players to join our lobby, and that might actually take a quick while. But again, guys, our second series of and the final series for our Mobile Legends Bang Bang here on the Razer SEA Invitational. That's going to be Team Malaysia versus Team Myanmar. We will be seeing you after a few commercial breaks.
What if it was just like a...
I got a hunger, I gotta feed my soul. The gates are open, so release the bulls. Don't hold me back no more, unleash the beast inside. Stand up with my pride, I was born to toe the line. I'm ready to light the fire inside. Chosen, we got the keys to the town, yeah. And no one's gonna take our crown. We're gonna bring it home and take them one by one, yeah. Get up and knock them down, rise up like the sun. Are you ready to ignite the fire inside? Tonight
Samsung Galaxy A unlocked.
Gaming with this phone means you don't have to wait, so your characters can boogie and performance is great. Go Dragon, go Dragon, go, 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 go Dragon.
This godly power.
What is this?
Yu Zhang has combined the reverse scale and the primordial spirit. He cannot leave here. The Black Dragon has returned. No one, nothing, can stop me now.
Let's take him from the side! Now!
Death to all who oppose me.
No!
So this is what I'm truly capable of. Wake up! Yu Zhang! How is this possible? You are getting rusty, brother.
No! How did it end up like this? No!
Welcome to reality, girl. Where the strongest rules them all.
Download for free. Mobile Legends Bang Bang.
Fly me through my two-step.
The Razer SEA Games eSport event was absolutely a historical moment, not just for Southeast Asia region, but for the global eSport audience. With our sight firmly set to establish eSport at Olympic Games as a vision of our CEO Minyoung, there are three focuses that we have to really go forward and have our vision established in the near future. The first is to grow our global eSport audience. Second is to establish the fundamentals, infrastructure, and local development among the country at the grassroots level. And the most scalable and sustainable way is to work with the Esports Federation, where they have the sole objective to develop this as a true sport in the country.
I remember on Game 5 where Philippines is starting out slow, but after a minute of back and forth, Philippines managed to force and win a team fight in the mid lane. That crucial team fight helped the Philippines regain momentum and win the series. I am really excited to see the competition, especially with how it ended in SEA Games. Will Philippines defend their title, or will Indonesia stop them? I am also looking forward to other countries such as Myanmar to get their shot at redemption.
တော့အရင်နှစ်စီးကိန်းကတော့ကျွန်တော်တို့ဒီမြန်မာနိုင်ငံအနေနဲ့ဆိုကျွန်တော်2တင်း3တင်းသွားရတယ်ပေါ့နော်ကျွန်တော်တို့ဒီ Mobile Legend Dota AOV 3တင်းသွားရတယ်ပြီးတော့ကျွန်တော်ဟိုအရင်အခုကျွန်တော်တို့ဒီစသွားတဲ့နှစ်မှာပဲ Esports ကလည်းစပြီးတော့ပေါ်လာတာဆိုတော့ကြောက်လေမြန်မာနိုင်ငံအသင်းအနေနဲ့တော်တော်လေးတော့ကျွန်တော်တို့အထဲတွေကိုတော့တိုးလိုက်ရတယ်ဗျချိုးဘယ်လိုမျိုးပြောမလဲရလက်တီကတော့ကျွန်တော်တို့မကောင်းခဲ့ဘူးဗျဒါပေမဲ့သူတို့အနေနဲ့အကောင်းဆုံးတော့ဒီကနေပြီးကြိုးစားသွားခဲ့တယ်အရင်နှစ်တုန်းကလည်းကျွန်တော်ဘယ်လိုမျိုးပြောမလဲ MES ဘယ်လိုမျိုးမထင်မှတ်ဖဲနဲ့ကျွန်တော်ပို့ဘယ်လိုမျိုးပြောလဲအများကြီးပို့ပြီးတော့လုပ်ပြနိုင်ခဲ့တယ်ပို့ပြီးတော့လည်းကျန်းခဲ့တဲ့ပွဲအဲ့လိုမျိုးထိုးနီး၎င်းပဲကျွန်တော်ဒီနေ့မှလည်းဒီလိုမျိုး Razer SEA-Invitational ပွဲရလဲလာအောင်မယ်အဲ့လိုမျိုးပုံစံခန်းနာကြီးပဲထပ်ပြီးတော့လာအောင်မယ်ဆိုတော့ရှင်ပြန်ရတဲ့သူတွေဆော့ရတဲ့သူတွေပို့ပြီးတော့စိတ်လှုပ်ရှားမလို့ကျွန်တော်ထင်တယ်စောင့်နေကြတဲ့သူတွေလည်းများမယ်လို့ထင်တယ်ပြီးတော့တခုရှိတာက
For Mobile Legends Bang Bang, the Razer SEA-Invitational will feature 10 teams randomly drawn into 2 groups, a best of 2 round-robin preliminaries followed by a double elimination playoff format.
To me, the exciting part is to see them coming back with 10 nations this time participating in SEA-Invitation. If for them to defend the title or to claim the title for their countries.
Unbreakable, unstoppable, I push to the edge and take it all. I'm born to be untamable, go right to the edge and never fall. You got the best of me. You got the best of me.
This isn't about fame, fortune, or following. This is a calling. This is desire. This is obsession. This is what it takes to win. The search for more speed, focus, control. This is more than a game. This is esports.
Grovel before your king, human.
Killing spree! Double kill! Triple kill! Launch a legendary! Maniac! Unstoppable! Legendary! Savage!
love playing games and you're always hunting for the best deals, now you can get more back just from the way you pay. Introducing Razer Gold, the virtual credit for games and entertainment that rewards you back. With Razer Gold, you get to enjoy more savings with exclusive deals. Get access to special bonus gifts and in-game items you can't find anywhere else, like unique weapons and skins. What's more, with every dollar in Razer Gold spent, you'll earn Razer Silver, our rewards program. Just like airline miles, the more you spend, the more you'll earn. Just keep collecting Razer Silver, and once you've got enough, you can redeem it for Razer hardware, games, gift cards, and more. With Razer Gold, you get more savings and gifts, and automatically earn Razer Silver to redeem even more cool gear. It's the best way to get rewarded just for being a gamer. Get started by signing up for a Razer ID on gold.razer.com. Take a moment to verify your account so it's totally secure. And that's it. Start filling up your e-wallet with Razer Gold and enjoy rewards with every spend. So how do you fill up your e-wallet with Razer Gold? It's easier than you think. We've got over 1 million partners and stores around the world, both online and offline, where you can top up your e-wallet with Razer Gold. Don't have a credit card? No problem. Reload your wallet by purchasing these Razer pins. You can easily find them at your nearest convenience store, supermarket chain, or pawn shop. Prefer to do things online? We've got you covered. Reload your wallet with your credit card, internet banking, and even your telco bill via direct carrier billing. Now that you're stocked on Razer Gold and you found something you'd like to purchase, here's how you pay with Razer Gold. Click on Pay with Razer at the checkout segment of your purchase. Log into your Razer Gold account and use your wallet balance to check out. If there's insufficient Razer Gold, simply reload your wallet with a specified amount via online banking, credit card, or buying Razer pins from a store. Here's a sweet deal to get you started. Create an account now and verify, and we'll reward you with 1,000 Razer Silver. Start getting rewarded and getting more back when you pay with Razer Gold now.
Welcome back to the Razer SEA-Invitational 2020 on our final series for today. That's our lower bracket in between Team Malaysia versus Team Myanmar. This is an elimination round, a best of 3 series, and the winner will be going against Team Philippines tomorrow for our lower bracket finals. But I would like to somehow join me here on the stream so we could be able to talk about what's about to happen on this final series. So I'm gonna call on our amazing casters, of course, Chantel and Leo. How are you guys doing?
Thank you so much, Rob. I do believe we are doing fine. Again, just the same as everyone else, we are excited to see what's going to happen in this lower bracket matchup. High stakes, ladies and gentlemen, high stakes. It's Team Myanmar versus Team Malaysia. Whoever loses this best of 3 is going to be kicked out of the Razer SEA-Invitational. That sounded so bad coming out of my mouth. But nonetheless, what's good, Chantel? How are you doing?
I'm okay, and I'm excited for this match. We've talked about this earlier on our channel earlier without the live stream. We're just talking about how good these teams are, and I'd like to commend Myanmar and Malaysia for actually giving us this kind of mindset that this is going to be a really good fight, because it just means that these teams are just in par in terms of their gameplay and even the strategy, and they're both starting with letter M. Oh my god, I noticed that.
I really like that you actually are very attention into detail. But what if, in case of the detail, Leo, what we could actually see that Chantel do have a new hairstyle right now. I mean, she's actually bringing something into the table. Recently, she has like a very red lipstick using here on the cast. Now she has a very good hairstyle. What do you think about that, Leo?
I think it is just Chantel dressing to her nines, preparing for the playoffs. I mean, this is the playoffs, lower bracket. And of course, if, confirmed, one of them is going to say goodbye, Chantel wants to be dressed for the occasion. You know, she wants to be able to dress for Myanmar, for Malaysia, and give us her best, and I think I would like to think the same. I wore a watch today. I wore shoes today. I won't say if I'm wearing them now, but nonetheless, it is going to be for sure a very close matchup. And again, both teams here, Geek Fam and Yangon Galacticos, have shown us in their respective groups that they are willing to go the 3 games here. And of course, if it comes down to it, one team, amazing, almost unbeatable drafts. The other, when it comes down to the line, if they need to perform, they will perform and go for an upset. So I'm excited to see how far this will go. Again, we might see an upset, might be just 2 games, just like in the upper bracket.
Yeah, well, definitely. Oh, well, you did actually watch that. I mean, that's what I'm about to ask. If you did see our upper bracket was, oh man, I still remember what actually happened in that game. I mean, I'm expecting that, of course, someone has to win, but I'm not really expecting a 2-0 fashion coming from Vietnam. But what do you guys do on this specific match? Chantel, what do you think about the first our upper bracket for today?
Actually, for the upper bracket, I just think that the Philippines really started off really good for this playoffs and or even the group stages. I just think that they weren't really prepared for that kind of performance coming in from Vietnam, to the point that they don't know how to negate, or even actually they were kind of negated with their own medicine. We saw the Masha, even mentioned the Masha pick, but it was the same hero that defeated them on that game number 2. So I guess for this upcoming teams, or even for Malaysia and Myanmar specifically, all they need to do is really go beyond their expectations for every teams, because this is the playoffs we're talking about, and on the commercials, and even before we go on the game proper, we've mentioned that this is the preparation for SEA Games 2021. So it will be really big, and this is the perfect timing for the teams to go on prepare and to test and try everything that they have in mind.
Yes, well, very well said, of course, Chantel. But we will have to see how prepared our 2 teams here on our lower bracket, because once again, guys, this is an elimination series. The loser, of course, will be bid their goodbye here on the Razer SEA-Invitational 2020. But I will be leaving you now to our amazing casters, Chantel and Leo. The draft is ready. Take the floor.
And the floor indeed shall be taken by Chantel and I. Ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Entering the draft, it's Team Malaysia on the play. Myanmar going to be answering back. And already bans in set here. That is the Esmeralda and the Selena taken out by Malaysia. And Myanmar taking out possibly the best side lane in the game right now, Uranus. And of course, everybody's favorite carry, Claude. But as PNK here is picked up by Malaysia, Chantel, do note, Luo Yi is out. Talk us through that. I mean, you mentioned something earlier about the
your team.
Actually, for Team Malaysia, what's different for this both teams? Team Malaysia really won that Group A with the Luo Yi pick. That was the difference with Group B. For Group B, the Luo Yi was actually totally banned for the majority of the game. So that is one story to be talked about for this game. I guess for Team Malaysia, they need to be prepared if this Luo Yi is picked. Or maybe if this Luo Yi, but I guess it's gonna be picked here for Team Myanmar. But speaking of which, for the Luo Yi pick, it's one hell of a hero that brings about damage. Even the crowd control, it is a really difficult hero to predict. So you don't know when it's coming, you don't know where it's going, to be exact. So I like it that Team Myanmar goes for it, when in fact this is the team that was kind of neglected of having the Luo Yi pick for the Group B.
Yep. So what you're saying is Malaysia plowed through Group A because not many of them understood the Luo Yi just yet. And now that Myanmar here, obviously one of the best Luo Yi team users in all of the SEA-Invitational, they made it to the playoffs. Now that they're trying to give here Malaysia a taste of their own medicine. I'm excited for this. But real quick, let's look at the first picks here. Again, PNK, Farsa, and Ling for Malaysia, while Myanmar picks up the Luo Yi, the Kufra, and the Tams. Nothing here out of the ordinary. This is all just as we usually see.
Yeah, and although for Team Myanmar, I like their lineup actually because it's more on the AOE. I mean, it's really meant for the team fight. Unlike for Malaysia, it's all about the timing of their skills. So I guess for Team Myanmar, they should get a hero that could go head to head against this Kufra, maybe not Atlas. So for this one, although for Myanmar and Malaysia, they ban out this Hayabusa and Exporg for the second battle phase. So it's more on Malaysia trying to predict maybe that this might be a Hayabusa funnel here for Team Myanmar. But again, for Myanmar, it's gonna be the Jawhead. So speaking of side lanes, here for Myanmar, it's a really good pick. We have the Tams and the Jawhead on the lineup.
Yeah, good pick up on the Jawhead, although I do feel that Malaysia's Hayabusa ban is relatively irrelevant. Irrelevant. All right, I thought I said the same word twice. But because, listen, right? Whenever you have the Popol and Koopa, you obviously want your opponent to pick up the Hayabusa because that's an extra body on the map. You always have the failsafe from the shadow kill. So I don't know why Malaysia here banned out the Hayabusa. It boggles my mind at this point. But nonetheless,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, actually, I'd rather go for the Lancelot ban instead of the Hayabusa ban. Yeah, because it is more on...
Let them fall into the trap. Let them fall for it. I don't know. Malaysia here, we haven't seen them in a while, possibly in more than a week. But nonetheless, they finish up their draft here with a Cho and a Masha, again making a few appearances here in the Invitational. As well, Myanmar closes up the lineup with their funnel of choice. It's going to be the Roger. Now, Chantel, I gotta ask you this question. How you feel about these two lineups? With that weird ban on Hayabusa withstanding, you don't have to think about that. We just look at the main 5 versus 5. Which team do you think is ahead here?
I'll go for the lineup of Team Myanmar because this is Roger we're talking about. If we go for the comparison of this funneling and the funnel Roger, it's about the DPS right after exhausting that skills in terms of team fight. So I'd rather go for the Roger pick. So there, the team with the Roger pick, it's gonna be Team Myanmar for me. How about you, Leo?
I'm going to agree with you. Again, there's so many things that are, how do we say, unique about Team Malaysia's draft here. They picked up the Farsa. They instead went for the split tank, meaning it's a tank that has 2 life bars instead of 1 big one. So that's the Popol and Koopa. And they have interesting side lanes. It's the Masha and the Cho. So there's so many questions here coming up for me. And again, that one ban on the Hayabusa makes me wonder, what is it? Is it mind games? Are they trying to play with their opponent here, like psych them out? I don't know, but yeah, Myanmar here, I believe, is ahead. So we'll see now, ladies and gentlemen, who will go ahead and take game number 1. Here we are entering the land of dawn. It's Team Malaysia versus Team Myanmar.
Yeah, but anyways, Leo, for Team Malaysia, we've mentioned Masha having a lot of appearances here for the Razer SEA-Invitational. I guess for Team Malaysia, this is going to be their backup strategy if ever this lane goes outside their supposedly gameplay for this match. So it's going to be more on the split push here. So I guess for Team Myanmar, they need to be wary of that. They need to negate this Masha pick because we see Shams have actually on the top vision, actually information for Team Myanmar. He wants to go to delay that orange buff against Team Malaysia.
Definitely. And that plan might have to be put back on the corkboard because both teams are going to stay relatively to their own side of the map. But Hiccup here spotted out by Rumpel, not going to engage just yet. And again, this is Domino sitting out. Feek's going to be coming in as the core with Zorn as their support Farsa. Now, where did the Little Wanderer go? All right, it went over to Team Myanmar. They are up about 300 gold here. So far, so good for Myanmar, given that their lineup is more fundamental. And I think Team Malaysia, correct me if I'm wrong here, Chantel, the way that they should be taking this is they have to be aggressive. As soon as everyone, or at least most of them, reaches level 4, they have to get in Myanmar's face.
Yeah, actually, because they have the Force and the Ling on their lineup, so it's more about the zone out and actually getting the kills for Team Malaysia. I guess for Myanmar, they're just taking the pace, actually going with the flow because they need this Roger to go online. Roger is actually a marksman player. They're preparing him for the real battle later on this game. So far, with Team Malaysia, yep, that's true. They need to be aggressive as early on for them to be able to actually neglect this Roger with the kills. Although this Roger goes in with the killing spree, so maybe because it's about going in par with the Ling, if ever in terms of team fight later on. It's just that I'm feeling for Malaysia. If they don't get aggressive, it will backfire to them later on at this game.
For sure, for sure. So now the clock is ticking. This is essentially Malaysia's turn. If this was like a board game or a card game, this is their time to play their cards. But if they don't, then it's gonna go pass over to Myanmar at about 6 minutes, and then that's when Yellow Flash goes online. But first blood here, drawn out by Lord Arts. He was just Arts in the group stage. Now he has become a Lord. And henceforth, he has drawn first blood onto Sham. Now another fight happening here in the river. Hiccup gonna be hit by Feeks. Gonna be linking out here. Oh no, DK up next. Feeks gets the finishing blow. And that is 2 for Malaysia. And I think they understood. They know how this game works. They read the rule book and they said, you know what? It's our turn. Let us show you how we play.
Yeah, you want us to be aggressive? We're seeing you. I mean, we'll let you show how aggressive we can be. And again, guys, it's gonna be another kill here for Team Myanmar, though. But again, for Malaysia, they're just gonna back away against Myanmar. But what's interesting here for Team Malaysia is that they don't have actually a hard tag for their lineup because surprisingly for this for Rumpel, actually he's using this average spell, so they are really for the team fight later on. We always just say that if you have, or if you're going for the damage on the latter part of the game, it just means that you're ready for the bloodbath. For Team Malaysia, in terms of their emblems here, that's a I mean, we're pretty sure that they're going to do that. So for Myanmar, it's all about the team composition. It's all about the team fights.
Yeah.
We're seeing for them, they should be ready for that. And Turtle has been taken here, Myanmar onto this game. So the more that Myanmar gets the objective, the more that they will close this gap in terms of gold against Malaysia.
Yeah, but Team Malaysia knows exactly what has to happen. They have the blueprints. They see the floor plans here, Chantel, to the room called Victory. This is their house right now. 11K, 1,000 gold ahead. Up top, it's Royal Milk, but Yellow Flash spotters him out. Ooh. And that's going to be Feeks with the Tempest of Blades disengaging. And this is what I'm talking about. Yellow Flash, they have to enable him to the point where he starts getting kills and snowballs. And he's about maybe a minute or two away from going online. Now, I think you're right. You mentioned earlier, objectives is the key to closing this gap, and so close they are to making that happen. But Lord Arts, oh Lord Arts, he's making it hard for them. He's making it hard for them. Look, he's just beating down on the turrets.
Yeah, and actually for Myanmar, that is one bit of an issue for them, because the more they want to go for the team fight, they can do it because we have Lord Arts here with the objectives. So I guess for Myanmar, after they go for a kill, they should totally go for the objectives for them to counter out this Malaysian gameplay that we are seeing right now. For Team Malaysia, they're just providing space for Pig's action. But then again, here comes the Tyro's Drift Edge, guys. It's gonna be the Feather Air Strike killing out that one. Here comes Ejector for Royal Myth, but then it's gonna be versus 3, actually 4. Here comes the dog though. PK or Papa Koopa getting a kill for Team Malaysia. It's going to be 5-2 for the score. Malaysia just defending all the possibilities that Team Myanmar is throwing onto them.
Alright, it seems like they threw Royal Milk under the bus so that Sam can take that turret, and I think that's a good deal. Chantel, I think that's a deal I'll take any day. Right? Look at that! Like, I think Myanmar here saw that line of play, forced Malaysia into it, and yeah, they juggled the turret's aggression perfectly. But up top now, this is something that they need to answer. Oh wow, Feeks able to just put in enough damage for the turret to go down, and he just engages unpunished.
There were actually 4 players here from Team Myanmar just defended turret, but he was able to take that one out. But Turtle has it stolen here by his Cobra. He just slides there and gets it. Though he's killed, but it was still a good steal here by DK. He just went in for the dive and actually getting the objective for in 4 players, I guess, of Team Malaysia was trying to get one. But again, here comes another team fight onto the middle lane. Here comes the vacuum. Yellow Flash getting a kill. Fix low on life, but he is still yet alive for Team Malaysia.
Finch boys doing work here. Ling, that is Feeks just holding down on the joystick all the way down to his base. I'm out of here, he said. And if Royal Milk did not answer up top, I'm pretty sure Ozaraveki would have been able to push that turret in. But so far, Myanmar is already on to Team Malaysia's antics. They know that these two heroes here, the Cho and the Masha, just give him what? 2-3 seconds with the turret, they will have their way. But it looks like they're waiting for this fight to be picked. Here down bottom, Yellow Flash, still in human form, is Roger. Here's what's interesting. You mentioned earlier, Chantel, that Team Malaysia, no, I'm sorry, Team Myanmar, they want to go for team fights, right? But look at the composition. Look at the kits of their heroes. They're all mostly single targets. But wait up, we'll talk about that later. Ozaravek here, up in the wrong bush, knocked out by Hiccup. And there you go. DK with another jump and a Tyrant's Rage onto Rumple and the Popol and the Koopa. They are going to disengage here. Here he is. Tempest of Blades by Feeks. Hiccup knocked out. He can't breathe. There's DK. KO'd by Feeks. And up next, Royal Milk. Feeks is on fire, ladies and gentlemen. Smart Missile's not going to save you. Finished off by Rumple. The dog is hungry. That's going to be 3 for 1 here in favor of Team Malaysia.
That is actually counter-initiation by Malaysia against Myanmar. We saw DK really deep on the map of Malaysia, but then they turned out a series of events, so that was good. Actually, Fix bring us a little spice for his performance onto this lane. He's actually in 3-0 for Myanmar. They need to stop this lane. And speaking of lane, actually, we can see the lineup here of Malaysia. It's more the physical type of lineup, so I guess they're really for the kills or even for the third push. Speaking of third push, guys, it's gonna be the second tier turret here in the bottom lane, taken down by Lord Arts. It's gonna be Lord Arts just doing the objectives for Malaysia. The more that he's doing it, the more the Team Myanmar needs to settle down in terms of objectives. I guess too much for the team fight. They should really focus on minimizing the map control of Team Malaysia. But then again, on the river side, nice vacuum there. We have Yellow Flash getting a kill. 2 players down by the side of Malaysia. Team Myanmar just giving us a little flavor. But again, going back to the objectives, while that was happening, Masha was actually taking down a turret against Myanmar.
Ozaraveki, what a menace. Masha the menace. Now it looks like he has Sam's attention. Goes ahead to visit the destruction, should I say, the deconstruction site that is their turret, and it goes down. Hold up, this is a fight that Cham is picking, and Ozaraveki disengages. Now it looks like Team Malaysia's running circles around Myanmar. They're losing little fights, maybe skirmishes, but they're owning the turrets. Like, there's literally one left for Myanmar before the base. And I think Myanmar should watch out for that now. I think they should really just fight. If they see that maybe 3 or 4 members of Malaysia are there, and force Ozaraveki to answer, because they really need this, because if not, man, they can just go for the steal, Team Malaysia.
Yeah, actually, for Malaysia, what's good about this is whenever there's a team fight for Myanmar, they just gauge in for another third objective against Myanmar. So I guess for Myanmar, they should actually secure at least 2 heroes or maybe a certain hero just to defend the turrets, or else it's gonna backfire for them. We have the top farmer of the game, which is a Fix. So I guess for Malaysia, that is a good story for them. For Myanmar though, yep, they're winning the team fights. But again, if your map control is really small, that is gonna be a bit of an issue for Myanmar. So I guess for Malaysia, they're really going strong. You don't need the team fight. You just need the objectives here. And speaking of team fight, or actually a pick off here for Team Malaysia, here comes the Tempest of Blades. It's gonna be Sam. Together with Hiccup, TK comes in though, but here comes the PNK, the Popol and Koopa is just there, and it's gonna be a disengage. So we see the discipline here for Myanmar. They're just shutting out the side lanes. The top lane earlier was being gotten here by the Masha, but then again, they're just negating the gameplay now of Malaysia.
Yeah, Team Malaysia here playing mad macro. All right, so the way that they're playing their macro here is much like micro, right? It's almost like every single button is a hero, and they say, I'll send you to top, send you to bottom, send you to mid. And that's exactly what they're doing. They're running circles. Once more, I gotta say, they're running circles around Team Myanmar, and that's because of how mobile Zorn, Feeks, Lord Arts, and Ozoraveki are. I mean, Rumpel is the only one that you'll see moving around the map fairly. For sure, you have to walk the dog properly. But nonetheless, Team Malaysia here, they have a frequent flyers card on them, and it looks like Royal Milk caught out Ozoraveki, full combo, not gonna be enough. Rumpel bites down and stops the little robot and baby girl. Royal Milk bites it, and Hiccup couldn't do anything. He just watches, because again, that's what.
Yeah. Maybe the question for Royal Milk at the time was, "Are you lost, baby girl?" Because literally, Royal Milk was on a different position on the map. So I guess for Team Myanmar, if they want to close or seal the deal against Malaysia, they need to, as much as possible. They are for the team fight, so I'm not pretty sure if they want to go individually against Malaysia onto this one, because it is Malaysia more on the DPS.
Yeah.
They have the Farza, and we talked about that earlier. They don't have a hard tag, so they're literally bringing damage there.
Yeah, look at this. While Team Malaysia is bothering Lord, literally not even taking Lord, they're just bothering Lord. It looks like Lord Arts was able to go ahead and take top turret. Like, they have been penetrated, Team Myanmar. And just like that, it just becomes so much harder for Team Myanmar to move. Like, they have to constantly send someone to clear top lane.
Yeah, actually, and I would say that your type of a composition that goes in for the team fight, I guess you're really meant for a 5v5. If you have a single player that goes to defend the single lane, that's already a minus in terms of team fight. The damage, it's just lacking for you. Unlike for Team Malaysia, they have the Masha. It actually has 3 life bars here against Myanmar. But I guess for Malaysia, though, they're just about the damage. They're just about the objectives here. And again, TK is already low on life. He goes in for the flicker out. The fix is there for the Tempest of Blades. Oh my god, TK goes in, but again, he's dead by the hands of Fix. Onto the side of Team Malaysia, Ozoraveki, the varsity of Malaysia, just running. But then for Malaysia, after the pick-off, they will go for another objective. The discipline is just there.
Yep, and Chantel, don't get me started on Rumpel's Popol and Koopa doing so much work here, stopping so much from Team Myanmar. And there you go. They're going to burst them down as I speak about it. But no, Royal Milk is going to go first. Ozoraveki, though, traded out here for Royal Milk, but DK is still missing in action. Royal Flash assassinated by Feeks, and I guess this is them free for the Lord. Can they take it? I think they should. This is a smart plan, unless they want to take out Sham first. Then Tempest of Blades. Zorn here gonna help out Feeks, gets the kill secured, and yeah, Team Myanmar, they can't go for the steal. This should be Malaysia.
Yeah. Actually, for Malaysia, Fix here just bring about damage for the team. He actually goes in for the dive against 2 players without having other members of the team with him. So Malaysia, they're really confident right now. For the damage for Myanmar, I'm just guessing that they need this Luo Yi to bring wonders for the team. We know that Luo Yi can bring about different spices for a team, and we're not seeing right now. They have the Roger for the lineup. I just think that Myanmar lacks on the engagement or the initiation. They're just being reactive with this Team Malaysian kind of gameplay. We have the Lord now for Malaysia. It's gonna be 14-8 for the score. The goal lead now is almost, almost 7k here on this game. And I like the itemization here of a PNK. He actually goes in for the Deadly Blade plus the Dominance Ice. Imagine that you're negating the lifesteal here, even the spell back of your enemies, plus slowing them. So that's good. And you mentioned Rumpel's PNK earlier. Yeah. He's just there zoning out the players of Myanmar. I think that's what's difficult for Myanmar, because there is this Koopa that zones them
And Chantel, before that big team fight breaks out again, wow, off-camera kill by Ozoroveki. I gotta say, that Hayabusa ban might have been for naught. Like, it wouldn't have mattered maybe even for Malaysia because Rumpel is carrying so much weight here. He's blocking so much, especially from Royal Milk. Like, ejector and unstoppable force, it's so hard to get that in, especially with Koopa in the way. And now all turrets are down. Myanmar with a defense of a lifetime. Lord Arts with the full combo. Tempest of Blades here by Feeks, confirming the kill onto Hiccup. This base is about to get demolished. There you go. Feather Dare strike by Zorn. It's over. Team Malaysia takes game 1.
What a game! What a game for that game 1, actually. Malaysia taking down Myanmar. We said earlier that Myanmar actually has the good lineup here for our team play. But I guess for Malaysia, they've given us a different spice. They proved to us that it is Ling that brings damage for the team.
Yep. Chantel, your camera conked out. Might want to check that out while we call on our good friend, our host for the Razer SEA-Invitational, Rob Luna. Rob, you see that game, man? Did you think that was going to happen because of the weird draft, because of the power of Popol in Koopa? Team Malaysia showed us, man, it's not always what you think it is.
Yeah, well, I totally agree. I mean, you did actually predict that Team Myanmar will about to take game number 1 due to, well, as you can see, it's a well-drafted lineup. I mean, they do have the Roger, which is, I think, could go on par in terms of split pushes, if they may, against a Masha. But what I see against, on Team Malaysia is that they're very, aside from Fix, of course, Fix is very strong on Ling, regardless of Sword or Fix who use it, they are very strong. But what surprised me on Team Malaysia is that their side lanes were totally strong. That I think the whole Team Myanmar is just being too reactive. But well, I guess we have to think twice. I mean, this kind of lineup without even a single tank on their draft really works. And I guess this is also the recipe of Team Myanmar against Team Philippines on Group B. What do you guys think? Chantel, are you already okay with your stuff?
Yeah, I'm moving now. But again, for that one, I actually saw that emblemization of Malaysia. They actually went for the type of emblem that could really go for the damage. So PNK could bring about damage, the other players as well. And what's good about Malaysia is that whenever Myanmar goes in for the team fight, they just go for the objectives. So the more that the Myanmar throws initiation, throws in for a team fight, the more that their map control just minimizes. So that's one thing for Myanmar. Right then and there, they actually lost the fight because Roger needs to actually scale up in terms of the items. So if he doesn't get a kill, that's a minus, because actually even if he gets the kill, that's not going to be a factor because he was actually using the killing spree talent for that one. So I guess that's what's lacking for Myanmar. The way they defended their turrets, or actually the way they take down turrets against Malaysia.
Essentially, the draft here by Malaysia, sorry Rob to cut you off there, but essentially they created a no-lose situation. They drafted the lineup wherein, sure, if we're gonna go for team fights, we have to consider, does Ozoroveki or does Lord Arts have to be here? If not, go push. And Chantel was right, like if ever Malaysia or Myanmar does go for the fight, they just send someone else to go for turrets. And that's why it came to the point where it was 10 minutes in and there were no turrets left for Team Myanmar. And they were caught in a weird position wherein they can't even farm for Yellow Flash, hence the victory. And again, with this kind of victory in game 1 and now game point for Malaysia, I don't know what to expect in game number 2. Really, I don't know how to react. As Team Myanmar, do you go against this? Do you counter the hyper push lineup? Do you try to ban out all these heroes? Because they're not priorities, right? They're such specific lineups.
Yes, well, I guess they should actually ban Popol and Koopa in that situation. I mean,
that's one.
That's something that actually been holding. As I've been watching the game, I mean, their side lanes are pretty strong. I mean, there was a scenario that they were fighting against the Masha, or at least on the lane on the middle lane, but It's just that that show was just pushing his way on the bottom lane up until the tier 2 turrets. But, well, I guess, do you have any final thoughts before we actually head on to our draft? Because this game, this is an elimination round, at least for Team Myanmar. If they lose this one, they'll be out of our tournament. Probably we'll start with you, Chantel.
I guess for Myanmar, they should be ready for the Masha pick because that was the hero that actually make them difficult for that game number 1. So if they are about to give the Masha, they should be prepared to actually defend the lane wherein the Masha goes. So that's it for Myanmar.
And how about you, Leo?
I don't know. I'm still dumbfounded as to how that lineup worked. I guess the jaw hit into the Popol and Koopa is a interaction that we should have gotten used to, that we should have seen coming. So yeah, I think for Myanmar here, it sucks to say no pressure, but you gotta win this, right? It's no pressure, but it's the last game you gotta win before you get eliminated. I'm just worried for Myanmar, really. That they're so used to high pressure situations, especially in the group stage. Yesterday, we had to cast a tiebreaker, sudden death. But nonetheless, this is for their tournament life. No longer is this just replacement. So I gotta just wish them luck.
Yeah, well, I was actually thinking on how, I mean, you have to play this, but you don't have to feel the pressure. It's like cutting yourself and saying it doesn't hurt, something like that. But well, we're just about to find out, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, this is the second game in between Team Malaysia versus Team Myanmar. I'll be leaving you with these amazing casters to cast the blow-by-blow action of this lower bracket. Probably might be the last game of the day. Take it away.
Yep, thank you so much, Rob. Let's get it again. The second match in this best of 3, possibly the last one for not either of these teams. For one of these teams, that is Myanmar, if they don't get their act together. All right? I'm sorry to speak this way, but this is do or die. Myanmar versus Malaysia. Myanmar on the play. They know what to do. Ban out the Popol and Koopa. Ban out Fix's Ling. While Malaysia, I guess they're a little more relaxed here. They're a little more chill, taking out the Selena.
Yeah. They actually don't want the map vision here for Myanmar. That's why they banned this Selena. And it's actually good ban for Malaysia. If Myanmar bans out the other hypercar, which is the Ling, you better get to ban this Claude, or else this is going to be prioritized by Myanmar. Although for Myanmar, they go in for the Uranus rather than the Esmeralda. So we see this Esmeralda being hovered upon by Malaysia. So I guess for Myanmar, they are for the more tanky hero instead of the damage, because we all know that in terms of damage on the late game, it's going to be the Esmeralda over this Uranus. But for the delay on the early game, it's totally gonna be on the Uranus side. But guessing for Malaysia, they should get the Kufra maybe, or they will go for a double mage setup. So they're talking about the burst. They want to end this early. So for Myanmar, I guess they should go in for the tank, or maybe even their mid laner onto this one.
Yep. For sure, this is going to be Zorn's Farsa, no question. And again, back to the off-lane choice, right? It's the Esmeralda versus the Uranus. Uranus starts to do Uranus things much earlier than Esmeralda does Esmeralda things. So maybe that's what Myanmar was thinking here. They lost out on the early game in game 1. So they're like, you know what? We need to get back in this. Let's figure this out and go back to basics. Square one, fam. Uranus is a good pick. This is going to be the Kufra and the Tams. I was about to say the Tams is still open. What's going on? Now they close up their first phase with that. While Malaysia here, arguably picking up the only reliable tank left, because I think Hylos is much better in a specific lineup. Like, especially if you have like a marksman, then that's when Hylos comes into play. But yeah, the Atlas here, great pickup by Malaysia as we go into the second phase of banning.
It's actually a good Atlas for Malaysia, because they went in for the double mage setup, so the crowd control itself could actually hold while these two mages are bringing damage for Myanmar. Although for Malaysia, they should ban out maybe the Lancelot or even Carry for Myanmar onto this one, but it's gonna be the Louis. So yep, yeah. For Myanmar, they're actually lacking for the support. So Valier is actually open. They could go for that one if they want to negate the Vital Links or even a Falling Starman here of Myanmar. It's just that if they go in for this Valier, they should actually pick a hero that goes in for the DPS or actually the finisher of the team fight.
Yep. And I like how Myanmar banned out the one hero that they should be picking up. I think Myanmar would have been better off with the Lancelot again, based on how it counters the Atlas kit, right? Like that would have been a good core, but now we're left with maybe that's tier 2 level of cores, right? Like that's the last pick for Malaysia and Myanmar here. Who are their choices? Kimmy, Carrie, Lancelot is banned.
Kimi Carey, Lancelot was banned, or maybe Bruno. There are instances wherein this teams are actually picking Bruno regardless of what they're hovering for this Cyclops. So I'm not really sure if you are goes in for this one, but I guess Kimmy is a better choice for
there
them
it is.
together with Natalia. Yep.
Hold up.
Kimmy is a good.
Yeah, it's going to be a mid Natalia, or at least a roaming Natalia. Haven't seen her in a while here in the SEA-Invitational. Now Malaysia, the ball is in their court. Which core do they pick up? And that's going to be good. I actually like the Hayabusa. There's no disturbance. Like there's no one to get in the way. No, how do we say? No obstacles. There you go. No obstacles for the shadow kill. So as soon as they clear minions, it's fair game. Like they can just go for the wipeout, and that's going to be a pickup. Yes.
Yeah, actually, imagine it's gonna be difficult for Kufra to go in for the engagement because he needs to protect this Kimi whenever the Hayabusa comes in.
Yeah.
So that's already a disadvantage for the other team. If you want to really kill, you go in for the engagement. You have the Kufra, it's really known for the engagement. But if you have the Hayabusa, which is countered by a Kufra, you're just literally walking beside the Kimi. So that is a bit disadvantage, I guess, for the Kimi pick, knowing that this has the Hayabusa. So I'm liking the Hayabusa pick. If you're gonna ask me whose team is gonna win this one, I'll go with the team that has the Hayabusa. So we're just giving them the potential and the option that this Kimi might be assassinated early on for this game.
All right, so I guess that's your fearless forecast, your prediction here. And as much as I'd like to see a game 3, I think I'll have to agree. I think Malaysia's got this in the bag, especially with that Hayabusa pick. And of course, the way that Zorn has been playing Parsa, especially from game 1. But nonetheless, Team Myanmar here has a chance to force a game 3, clutch it here in the lower bracket, fight for their tournament life. They deserve to be here just as much as Malaysia, and maybe even go for a rematch with Team Philippines. But nonetheless, here we go, game number 2. Chantal, I gotta say here, I do see that when it comes to pushing and like all around map mobility, I think Team Myanmar here has the advantage. Like they can move around much faster. Look at this, DK up top, gonna be trying to get a first blood, just short, possibly a few basic attacks, but they're the ones who are threatening. Yeah, they're the ones who are threatening the push strategy, especially with the Kimi.
Yeah, actually for Team Myanmar, it's actually good lineup in terms of the third push. They have the Natalia for the information there for the team, so I guess they know where lanes they should be pushing. For Malaysia though, I've actually hyped the Hayabusa pick, but it's meant for the early game. Is if this Kimi scales up on the latter part of the game, I guess it's gonna be Team Myanmar's game onto this one. But then again, we have Yellow Flash here together with the squad getting that orange buff against Team Malaysia. That's actually good objective or a negation of objective from them.
Oh, there you go. Almost missed it, but Fix gets the first blood onto Sham nonetheless on that Uranus. I think Uranus found himself in the wrong neighborhood. He was trying to steal Feex's buff, but Feeks took that the wrong way. Feeks was like, I'm not cool with that, but it looks like Rumpel here might have bitten off more than he could chew. Perfect match, not gonna help him out. Goes down, Ozorveki could only watch as Feeks here goes in for a fight. He's not tough enough. He does not have Shadow Kill just yet. Oh, bursted down by Royal Milk, pops the Inferno. Now Zorn is up next, gets into Wings by Wings, and now Royal Milk flickers in. He wants blood, and Zorn able to run away. Can Royal Milk survive? No, he won't. Rumpel gets it.
No. It was actually a bloody team fight for this teams. It went like for how many minutes just to get the kills from each one. But again, for Team Malaysia, we can see a DK running against them. But Rumpel secures that kill for Team Malaysia. So far for Malaysia though, I guess for a fix, he needs to avoid those kind of errors. He was actually safe earlier, but he comes in for another dive. He wants to kill other players, so that is going to be a bit of a problem for them, knowing that he is the hyper carry for Team Malaysia. But then again, you have the delay here. Sam is down by the hands of Lord Arts onto this Esmeralda, and the first turtle is now up for our team's Natalia for the mission, and actually getting a kill with that execute spell for him. Nice pick up there for DK.
Yep, DK found his mark and makes Feeks pay. He found Feeks at the perfect time. Like, Feeks had no escape. He was silenced. And now it looks like Lord Arts is in trouble. This is going to be Yellow Flash going for the maximum charge, barely taking a chunk off of Lord Arts' life. He gets to survive, but look at this now. Hold up, Zorn here, caught out by Hiccup with the bouncing ball. Wings by Wings, out! And he survives.
What a nice actually escape there coming in from Team Malaysia. Although for this one, we can see Myanmar taking now objectives against Malaysia. So this was the story earlier for Team Malaysia. If they go in for the team fight, they will just go for the objectives. So far for Myanmar though, it's just them taking the objectives. After taking down the turret, they will take down this turtle. We have also Rebecca on that last Insanity Contract Inferno pop by Royal Mick. It's gonna be 2 versus 1. We have Soren for the backup, but here comes the Fatal Links though. Oh, here comes Royal Milk still alive.
He likes living on the edge. He survives right before that turtle takes Chantel. I gotta say, Yellow Flash, nice steal on the purple from Feeks. Like, Feeks clicked Retribution and was just short of that maximum charge. Man, Team Myanmar here up now 2,000 gold. They are back in it, I'd say. They're ahead for sure.
And actually for this one, we can see Yellow Flash being top in terms of gold, so that is a good factor for them. But here comes an off-cam kill. Actually, Farsa killing that Natalia. I guess for Malaysia, they need to stop this Natalia and bring about information from Myanmar, or else it will be really difficult for them. So far from Myanmar, they will take down another turret against Malaysia. We have Rumpel running low for his life, and he's gonna back down. And again for Myanmar, it's all about the objectives. Malaysia, yes, they're up in terms of hero kills here, but Myanmar just taking down turrets against Malaysia. This was the story earlier. This was what Malaysia has done against Myanmar. We are seeing right now Myanmar giving Malaysia the taste of their own medicine.
Oh, for sure. Now Myanmar showing us exactly how potent a push Kimi could be. Again, no kills, 0-0-1, a single assist, but 5 minutes, 6 minutes almost in, Malaysia is running low on turrets. Now, this is a fight waiting to happen. Down bottom, Hiccup comes in. There you go, Tyrant's Rage pushing in. Rumpel, no tank for Malaysia right now, and there's not much they can do here to protect even their own buff. But let's see, can Yellow Flash steal this again? Oh, I think he will.
Yeah, it's just a DPS. I'm guessing for Team Myanmar right now. This Kimi is really on a rampage. He's now at level 11. Yellow Flash now at level 11. He has the Purify if ever this Atlas comes in for the team fight. But then again, Turtle has been actually stolen here by Myanmar. We have the Fatal Links though. Here comes the damage for Team Myanmar. And Malaysia just backs away. They are sure that Yellow Flash has the damage already, so it's not safe for them to actually go on for the team fight. They have Fix being chased there by the Natalia and actually being taken by this turret of Myanmar.
Smart. He denied himself, like, to give Myanmar no gold. All right, so good move here for Team Malaysia, but Team Myanmar, they are just pressuring Malaysia. I haven't seen Rumpel do anything good this match just yet. Like, nothing spectacular. That Fatal Link's almost in the upper half of their jungle, almost. But again, Feeks was too low to engage. So, man, Team Malaysia here, they are on the ropes. 4,000 gold down.
Yeah, that is actually dangerous for Team Malaysia, knowing that this is a hyper carry assassin for them. They want this Hayabusa to go on for the kills. But then again, we have Royal Milk being thrown here in the turret and actually being taken by Ozaraveki with his X-Borg. We have this Blade of Heptasis though for DK. A lot of damage here. He has the execute. We saw that earlier. He actually killed a player for Team Malaysia that is alone. So for Malaysia, just like what I've been saying earlier, they need this Natalia to be down if they want to go for the team fight, or else Myanmar has all the information against them.
Yep. Again, DK here, he sets the pace. Like, he tells you whether or not you can cast your spells. He tells you where the fight's gonna happen. Because he has, again, uncontested vision. Very few things in this game just yet can pop DK or Natalia out of hiding. And yeah, again, that Natalia also goes towards pushing. Like, look at that. He's able to clear the wave with no punish at all. And again, Yellow Flash is keeping Feeks hungry. Not another buff. Again, purple for Feeks. And I think his orange even is in contest. So this Hayabusa is anorexic. This Hayabusa is just having trouble. This Hayabusa is sick. He's ill. Not in a good way.
Yep. For Fitz here, he actually doesn't have that farming site. We could see Myanmar taking a majority of their jungle here against Malaysia. And so far for Myanmar, what's good about this lineup is they actually have this 3 frontliners, the Thams, the Kufra, and even this Uranus. So that there alone, it just goes in for the free hit. And again, DK secure a kill for Team Myanmar here on the bottom lane side. It's gonna be 5-6 for the score. Yeah, the feathered airstrike. Soren is actually exposed. So I guess for Myanmar, this is a perfect timing for them to make this map of Malaysia really small.
Yeah, and did you see how Lord Arts just had no fight at all? Again, ladies and gentlemen, this is an Esmeralda, but they made him seem like a marksman, right? There was nothing he could have done. Barely a Frost Moon Dance. And now it looks like the immortality is gonna get popped here for the X-Borg, and he barely survives. Flickering out is Ozoraveki, and down goes the turret, and now they are gonna go for the penetrate. This is the siege by Team Myanmar.
Actually, have you seen the ultimate earlier of Yellow Flash? This is actually more than the half of the damage or the health here of Soren. But then again, we have Ozoraveki being killed here by Yellow Flash. The damage is just there for Team Myanmar. We can see the DPS, the ultimates. We have the Falling Stormer here for Lord Arts. The damage is not enough to kill a player, even a single player for Team Myanmar. Here comes Hiccup with the bouncing ball. Lord Arts is down with the hands of this Kimi. And just like we've been saying, this Kimi is already on a snowball.
Yo, Yellow Flash hitting everyone with a Chidori or just whatever that is, the maximum charge. It's over. Clearing minion waves, clearing heroes even. And at this point, Chantel, it's so hard for me to find the comeback because Team Myanmar, I think they know what they need to do here. Oh, but wait. Feeks with the shadow kill. Royal Milk pops the Conquered Inferno. Down goes the Rumple. And just like that, the turn is successful for Team Myanmar. You thought you got Royal Milk, but you had no idea. Up top, it looks like Feeks has to retreat, and they are going to try to penetrate both mid and top at the same time. Feeks, scared in his own base. There it is. Mid goes down. Up top might be next. In goes DK. The jump by the Kufra, successfully catching 2. Double for Yellow Flash here. Down goes Ozoraveki as well as Lord Arts. This third up top not going to survive. Royal Milk barely again living on the edge. And now the siege of a lifetime. This reminds me of game number 1 of the first series today.
Oh, actually, Yellow Flash getting a kill for Team Myanmar. We have Sorn left here for Malaysia to defend this space. And again, it's going to be a 1-1 for a second series for today. Myanmar win against Malaysia on this game, number 2.
Team Myanmar really wants to stay in this. And you see here their fighting spirit. And again, we got that wrong. I'm starting to question my own prediction skills. I'm starting to question if I really know how to play Mobile Legends. But again, this is a surprise that I am happy to see. Like, I would love to be wrong if that means Myanmar stays in the tournament and gives us a game number 3. With that being said, I want to ask Rob, what do you think? Our host here at the Invitational, did you see that? Did you see how fast the Kimi went?
Yeah, well, I totally see how they've been able to obliterate everyone from at least Team Malaysia. I mean, what's amazing is how Natalia has been going around the map. I mean, he's the one who's been the nuisance of the team, for at least for the Team Myanmar. And yeah, well, I guess Team Myanmar was like this even on Group B against Team Philippines. Is that on game number 1, they tend to check or somehow test the water of how could they be able to approach the game. And we've seen on game number 2, they did what they I believe that they're the one who banned the Populin Koopa, which is made them I mean, it's giving them a hard time during game number 1. But if I may ask you guys, I mean, the draft of Team Malaysia wasn't bad. I mean, it didn't went well, but it wasn't bad. I mean, the Hayabusa, we've seen Hayabusa matches here, even on Group A and Group B, are doing so well. What do you guys think? Where the part of game number 2 that tends that they are already losing the game, Chantel?
Actually, for that one, I guess one bit of a factor that made the Hayabusa's life a little bit difficult for the game number 2 was it was hard for him to actually burst a hero. Imagine going up against the Thams, the Renas, even the Kufra. It wasn't possible for him to burst that one out with a single ultimate. So that there alone, if you can't burst down a hero and you're on the middle lane, that's already a minus in terms of the objectives. You cannot rotate and your side lanes are compromised. Unlike for the other team which has the Kimi, regardless if they get a kill or not, they could go for the objective or rather go for a push. So for the Hayabusa, I was really when I saw that, it was like a bravado feeling for me that the Hayabusa could actually negate the Kimi. But then again, the support that the Kimi has for that game number 2, it was outstanding to the point that they literally shut down the purpose of the Hayabusa to take down the Kimi. So that's it.
Yeah, very well said. I mean, I totally see why would Team Malaysia did pick the Hayabusa, because that's they're gonna be their key in order for them to burst down the Kimi. So meaning to say that the support and the tank of Team Myanmar are doing well in order for them to protect the Kimi. I mean, I think Royal Flash didn't have a single death in that specific game.
Yellow Flash, yeah.
I mean, it's also like a ticking time bomb. I mean, Hayabusa is strong. You can burst down the Kimi up until he went for a Winter Truncheon. Once he actually has the Winter Truncheon, you can be able to kill him in one burst. But, oh my God, Leo. You've said that your prediction or our prediction is not working well with these teams. But, well, one thing that we predicted that's going to happen, it's the game number 3. It's a 2-1 regardless whose team will be winning. What are we expecting on game number 3, Leo?
Well, I did not expect game number 2 to essentially be a mirror, right? That's essentially what happened because, well, you can say it's a mirror because one team went for the push and then in game number 2 it's the other. But I think what we can expect here is a crescendo. It's an evolution. It's a progression, a development of this storyline. All of the synonyms, but nonetheless, I think if in game 1 they went for the hyper push, game 2 they went for the choke, because I think that's one of the keys as to how this Hayabusa unfeaks, despite how well we saw it being played. Right, like there were no obstacles for the shadow kill. He can literally come in and burst down the Kimi, like almost just courtesy to the chef, like just thank you. But nonetheless,
something
right?
like that.
Yeah, that was almost perfect, right? But in game number 3, I expect both of their drafts to evolve, and I expect just tighter competition. Like I expect the stats to go all doubles. I expect the kills to go somewhere around 15 to 22, something like that. Maybe even 15 to 16, really close. And then from there, it has to come down to the wire. Like both teams, all turrets down, minion waves crashing down from top to bottom. mid is where the fights happen. You know what I mean? Like, I expect that much because this is do or die. This is going to be the last we see of either Myanmar and Malaysia, and I expect both of them to give us a good show.
Well, I definitely agree with you in regards. So, of course, guys, this is going to be an elimination round. Whatever happens, at first, I would like to congratulate both of the teams for showing us an amazing game. This is a best of 3 series. Going to be something we could be able to remember in the weeks, even months. But the way Leos do that, it made me hungry, honestly. I haven't done my dinner. I haven't ate a single food, and Leo just doing the bon appetit thing.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I'm hungry, but I think this is going to be worth it.
Of course.
Because again, these drafts or the way that they play, it's tasty, spicy even.
Yeah, actually.
Especially after game number 2, wherein the Kimi came out, because I really did feel, I think Chantel would agree, say so for herself, that the Kimi felt like a choked pick, but they made it work. It exactly is what they needed, right? So who's to say that even in the draft, one of these teams are up against the wall? I think it really comes down to the game. So that's gonna be game 3 for us.
And actually for Malaysia, they went in for a team composition that goes on for, or actually focuses on the third push. But then for game number 2, it was a different lineup for Malaysia. So I guess for this both teams, they have a lot of cards against each other for this game. So game number 3 will be literally a battle of the drafting. I guess for the whatnots for the heroes that are expected to be seen on this one. I guess for this both teams, they should secure a certain hero that could go for the early game or even the late game, because so far for Myanmar and Malaysia, if the other team goes at a disadvantageous part of the objectives or the third push, they're just losing the game. So if you are a team that is prepared for both the late game and the early game, that's a good hero then, or a good composition for the team. Because so far for Malaysia, if you have the Hayabusa, you want it to scale up. Unlike for the Kimi, regardless, you can go for the third push if you don't get the kill. So if the Hayabusa doesn't go or doesn't get the kill, it just means that you're literally shutting down the potential of your rotation, maybe your side lanes, giving them the space to actually delay the rotation of your enemy team. So for the third game, I guess for the draft pick, it would literally dictate the outcome of the series.
Yeah, I was actually thinking. I mean, I'm trying to dissect what Chantel is saying. Is that where could be somehow blame if we're on for Team Malaysia? Which part of the game we should actually blame? Was it the rotation from the Natalia, or was it the fast push from the Kimi? I mean, they've been reacting for at least from mid game to the late game that they were very. I mean, it's supposedly that the draft for Team Myanmar was a choke for the Kimi, but suddenly the choke was actually on the side of Team Malaysia, because they cannot be able to push a turret. I only think the only turret that they had was the bottom lane, a tier 1 turret, and aside from that, they've just been reacting. What do you think, Leo?
Yeah, no, I think it really came down to working with what you've got. And I was about to ask, could we potentially see a Kimi ban from Team Malaysia here in game number 3? I don't know. I doubt it, because there's so many other heroes that really need to be watched out for. And it came down to, surprising Team Malaysia. I'd like to say that they got surprised because of how well Team Myanmar found their windows and went all in on the choke. Again, Natalia very rarely scouted out enemies to kill. He actually was going around and checking in for the buffs. And after a certain point, after maybe the second or third rotation of the buff, I think Team Malaysia did not taste a single purple. Even maybe their orange was choked out. So Feeks was just neutralized this whole time. And I think, Chantel, you have more thoughts on this.
I guess for that one, for Natalia, he was actually given the space to time out, or actually have the time when the buffs are gonna come out, because there was this instance where the Hayabusa was actually out of the team fight, but he goes in with the quad shadow, right? Then and there, he was killed. That fact alone just gives the Myanmar's team the edge, because it was maybe a span of 8 seconds or even 10 seconds, but it was the time of his life that actually cost them the game. Just being killed, knowing that you're on the middle lane, just gives the opportunity to the other team to scale up in terms of damage, or actually getting your jungle or your place of a farming. So I guess for the Hayabusa, I guess he should just left the place at that moment, or rather than being killed against the 3 players of Myanmar.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, for Team Myanmar, they've been doing so well as early as like a 5 minute into the game. I totally agree with Chantal. But what do you think should be the approach of both teams? I mean, we've seen their strong points during the first and the second game, but I mean, both of the. I mean, probably we could boil down in a common denominator that what works on both teams are the pushing on objective. I mean, Malaysia, the Team Malaysia won game number 1, and they have this Masha and the Cho we've been pushing on the side lanes. Game number 2, it's all about the Kimi pushing the lane and Natalia providing vision. So, what do you guys think that they should be aiming for on the game number 3? Stick to the pushing. I mean, the strat. Of course, objective is key in winning the game. But should they stick on that kind of strategy, or the other way around? They could do like a 5-man clashes. Who would like to answer my question?
I'd like to go first. At the start, before you even see what the bans are, it's very difficult to say I want to do this strategy, right? You always have to have some room for adjustment. You have to play by your opponent's picks.
Versatile, at least.
Yeah, versatile. It kind of trap them in their own little mind, right? Like, so sometimes, especially in game number 1, wherein we thought Malaysia made some mistakes, they actually pulled through. So you have to be one step ahead in that sense. So by the mere virtue of choosing, you know what, game number 3, we're gonna go hyper push, guys. I think you're shooting yourself in the foot in that sense. So to answer your question in an interesting way, I think what our teams here have to do is they have to play their game. They have to draft their draft. Like they have to not fall for their opponent's traps, and they have to see for sure what each hero will bring to the table and how that helps the bigger picture. I know it sounds very vague, but essentially, my final thoughts before the draft even begins here, because by then it's hard to make predictions. It's all in real time.
Yes.
They have to choose their core very wisely. In game number 1 and game number 2, it seemed like the core was being choked a lot. So here in game number 3, pay attention to that. That should be something that's significant.
Yes, and how about you, Chantal? What will be significant for you before we head on to our draft?
I guess for both teams, they should actually be mindful of the side lanes that they're going. Leo said earlier that they should go for the hyper push. So we've seen a potential for the Masha and the Chopik actually just doing the objectives for a team. So if your hyper carry goes down in terms of a performance, if your side lanes goes in for the objectives, that is a bit of flight for the team. So they should be mindful of the mid lane that connives with their side lane. So that's my thought for this both teams.
Yes, but looks like our prod wants me to pass you to this amazing caster because the draft is ready on its way. Once again, elimination round, the last game of our series for today. Team Malaysia versus Team Myanmar. Chantel and Leo, take it away.
Everything that happened from then up to this point has to be put into consideration, but at the same time let go, because this is sudden death. All right, this is the final game. It comes down to this. Now Myanmar banning out the Popol and Kupa and the Ling, while Malaysia takes out the Selena and the Claude. Nothing changed here. This is all mostly the same, as well as the pick. Check it out. It's the Uranus, the Kufra, and the X-Borg for Myanmar, while Malaysia still goes for the Esmeralda, and now they take the Tams.
Actually, for earlier for final thoughts, we said that this both teams should actually secure a good side lane. So we're seeing this right now. Esmeralda, good counter pick for this
Both
Uranus,
already.
but then again, yeah, but then Xborg is a good counterpart for this Esmeralda because of the true damage. What's good about Myanmar is they actually secured a tank, but then again, an answer to an answer for this three first picks of our teams. It's just the same: two side laners and then a solid tanker. So the question is, who's gonna be the hyper carry for this both teams? Because the Link and Claude is totally out.
Look at this, Malaysia
Ooh,
respecting
Natalia.
BK's Natalia's like, we don't want that anymore. That was not fun at all. While Myanmar says, you know what, Lancelot's one of the few good cores left here. Let's get him out. It's funny how the first phase of picks went. It felt like it was orchestrated, like a karate kata or like a taekwondo formation. Like both teams know exactly what's up, right? Side laner, tank. Side laner, tank. But now, as we come around, Malaysia picks up Zorn's, is that Zorn? Yeah, that's Zorn's Farsa. And Myanmar here now has to make the decision. They're gonna pull the trigger first. Which core?
Yeah. Although for Malaysia earlier, they actually picked the same Farsa pick, so it wasn't effective for them. So I guess for Team Malaysia, it's gonna be again the Kimi. I was talking about Malaysia, but I saw this Kimi and the Luoyi pick. These are the deadly heroes that we've mentioned for the duration or the totality of this Razer SEA-Invitational. Luoyi was actually the talk of the town for the Group A. So we are seeing this right now from Myanmar together with the Kimi. Talk about damage. Talk about the DPS and the turret push prowess.
Yeah.
This Kimi has it. And for Malaysia, this is a bit of a gamble if they will go for the 1-1. But if it's gonna be the Hayabusa again. So yeah, a lot more gamble for Malaysia though, because this is just almost the same for the draft pick on game number 2
Okay,
in terms of
here.
hyper carry.
Here's what I'm thinking. There's more than one way now for Myanmar to protect the Kimi, right? You have the Kufra, you have the Uranus that could stay in the back, and then you have the Luoyi. Like you can portal out, you can hit the diversion onto the Kimi and save her, and then you can just go push again. So I think that's what Myanmar's playing on. While Team Malaysia though, how do you feel about that Hayabusa? It seems like they're forcing it at some point, but it still looks good. I think it looks good here.
Yeah, maybe I guess they're just confident. Maybe just things went wrong in game number 2 and they want to prove something here in game number 3.
Yeah.
But I'm kind of doubtful with this kind of this kind of pick for Malaysia, because it was actually negated earlier with the same kind of hero that is being picked here by Myanmar. So it is something that is dangerous for this team. If they want to win this game, they should be mindful of the errors that they made on that game number 2. But then again, just like what I've said, maybe Malaysia wants to prove something with regards to this Hayabusa pick. So this is the redemption, I guess. Redemption that has the gamble though, because this is game number 3. Whoever team wins this one, they will advance for another game against Philippines. But then again, if they lose with this Hayabusa pick, this is going to be the end of their journey for this Razer SEA-Invitational.
Oh, will machismo be worth it when your tournament life is on the line? Can swag really overcome success? I'm not sure, but nonetheless, Team Myanmar here going up against Team Malaysia. It is going to be sudden death. An elimination here is imminent, ladies and gentlemen. Both teams staying to their side of the map for sure, and I think it's going to be Team Malaysia, Chantel, focusing on keeping Feeks healthy. They have to make sure that he gets his buffs.
Yeah, he needs to, because earlier the problem was actually he wasn't able to take the jungle against Myanmar. And what's good about Malaysia though, we haven't mentioned Rumpel for a quite period of time, but he is one good of an Atlas player here for Malaysia. So we need to see those kind of initiation plays where he takes 3, maybe 4 players against Myanmar, right then the better answer goes in. But then again for Myanmar, they're actually answering the aggressiveness. Team Malaysia has to secure this one, or else Pix is going to be delayed.
Oh, it's happening again. Who got it? Oh, Hiccup took it. Hiccup took it. First blood here is going to be onto Sham. Ozaroveki gets it. Level 3 Tams. No need for no Inferno. We'll take it as it is. DK might be up next. Ozaroveki still has the jump. still has his glaives with him, throws it out, and lets DK go. But I think in the long run, Feek still needs his buff, Chantel. Feek still needs his buff.
He actually needs it for him to be able to spam his skills here for his Hayabusa. We all know that this kind of heroes are actually dependent. It's like a Ling that has secluded, I guess, mobility as compared to that one. But then again, Malaysia, they took this first blood, which is actually good. It's just that it's the hyper carry that is being killed here. Myanmar. Nice setup play there, or pickup play there, coming in from Team Myanmar, actually taking down Fix. We mentioned earlier how the gravity of getting the hyper carry early on, or the early part of the game.
Yeah, and Feeks here not having a good time, and I think that is an understatement. Because one, he lost out on his blue. Two, he died in about 2 minutes. Like, your core should not be doing that. And I think Team Malaysia here has quite the mountain to climb. Now Feeks back on the horse, just returning to mid lane, and he can't even cross the river. That's how scared Feeks is right now. And I think Team Malaysia, they really need to play it safe. And it's hard to say that because we're 3 minutes in. We're just 3 minutes in.
Yeah, and actually for Malaysia, I guess the offlaners and the side laners here need to step up. They need to force everyone out against Team Myanmar for them to be able to make space for this Hayabusa to go and get, or actually recover from that death that he has. But then again, it's gonna be also the Veki being taken here by Myanmar, who said that they should step up, but then again they actually picked off. But then again, here comes the feather airstrike by Soren. Sam actually dives in for him. He goes by the wings, and this is another yet buff that Malaysia has to secure. But Turtle is the priority here of Myanmar.
Ooh, Myanmar, were they able to take it? Yes, they did. And again, Yellow Flash here has all the buffs he needs in the world. And let's look at the net worth here. 2100 on Yellow Flash, while Team Malaysia's Feeks, about 1800. He's down. And that Machete, it's not even upgraded yet. So Feeks here, he's gonna find farm where he can. And up top, it looks like that's where he wants to pick it. He's going up against Royal Milk, but Royal Milk not gonna have any.
Yeah, and actually for Malaysia, that is a bit of a problem for them because right now, we could see Myanmar actually zoning them. We have the Louis with that vacuum. You see the damage? That's actually against the thumbs. So that there alone, if you have that kind of damage and you have the DPS for the Kini, that is going to be a problem for Malaysia after this game. So far for Myanmar, they're up in terms of gold. And again, for Malaysia, we need this side laners to actually step up for this Hayabusa to recover for this discrepancy in terms of gold. Again, here comes the damage. You have the vengeance for Ultra Becky in the middle lane. Rumpel goes in for the backup, and they're gonna disengage. For Myanmar, what's good about this one is right after the clear minion wave, they just go and go in for another objective, or maybe go on the top lane, or actually rotate against Malaysia.
Yep. And I think this is a practice in futility because Feeks should not be fighting Royal Milk. Now Royal Milk picks up the immortality. It's all the more worse for Team Malaysia because that X-Borg will just refuse to die. Now Lord Arts engaging with DK. Yellow Flash with the maximum charge. Wow. Team Myanmar bullying Malaysia out of their own lane up top. And Yellow Flash gonna be cutting this, waiting for the next wave to go for the push. And look at that, down bottom. That is Sham just working on that turret. It's almost down. But look at this. Nice catch here by our Kufra DK. But Rumpel gonna go down and almost is Feeks. Sham gonna try to get a bite on him. Both using the Cyclone Eye, but Feeks gets it. Sham with the flicker and the Ionic Edge. Down goes Feeks. Another free turtle here for Team Myanmar.
This is what we were saying actually, Leo, on before the start of the game. We said that it will be difficult for this Hayabusa to actually burst down the heroes here of Myanmar. Imagine trying a shadow kill against the Uranus, even the expert that has the immortality. So I guess for Malaysia here, all they need to do is to go for the split push because Hayabusa, man, totally he doesn't have the damage here against Myanmar. For Myanmar though, what's good about this team is that they're just zoning the players so they're just zoning players of Team Malaysia away. We can see right now Sam very deep in terms of the map here against Malaysia. They're just ready on taking this turrets down against Malaysia. So far from Myanmar, in terms of the turret push though, Malaysia is up is ahead because they actually destroyed the turret on the middle lane or even on the top lane. So I guess for Malaysia, that is a bit of light for them onto this game.
Oh yes, for sure. And what's interesting here is possibly that is the key for Malaysia's victory. They can still win this if they play the split push game into the late game. But as I say, that Rumpel gets bursted down by this 3-man death squad from Myanmar. And Yellow Flash, just like in game number 2, has yet to die.
The damage is there for Yellow Flash. The TPS is just there. If they want to take down turret, just doing it. But then again, here comes a feather airstrike for Sorn. The damage is not enough, and actually Team Myanmar just backs away on that. When that is happening though, we have the Uranus just clearing the minion wave for Myanmar. It's not a solid push though, but then the mere fact that their minion wave is just flowing on the side lanes, that is already an edge for the team. Knowing that you have this Kimir, actually the Louis and the Kufra combo just rotating against Malaysia. The map vision is just there. It's difficult for this Forester to go in for the feathered airstrike because he knows that there is a Kufra that is ready to dive in or to actually ready to counter him out.
Yeah, no, I think the key here is actually getting rid of Yellow Flash. But again, with the way that Malaysia's picking their fights, they're trading, but with the wrong people. Like Royal Milk here just got rained down the ults upon, but again, discipline from Feeks. He did not pop the shadow kill, so that's something, right? But oh wow, Sham stole the purple from Lord Arts. There's
Man, that was maybe I guess still the century. You are a Uranus. You don't have actually a damage. You're just relying on your skills, but you were actually able to steal a buff against an Esmeralda. So I guess for this one, Team Myanmar really is on the upper hand. You can see the damage there. For Zorn, he pops in this feather airstrike, but the damage is just not enough. We can see this level 11 players, Royal Milk and even Sam. Yellow Flash actually now at level 14. So see the level gap for these players, but then again for Team Malaysia, all they need to do is to go for the split push. If ever the split push gameplay is effective for them, that is going to be a difficult situation for Myanmar. Although for Myanmar, they're just taking advantage of this disadvantageous situation that Malaysia is facing through.
Yeah, no, Chantel, the thing here is the split push is essentially what you do when you're losing, right? So Team Malaysia here, they have to understand that. They have to acknowledge the fact that they are behind. And then from there, they can make the decision and say, you know what, we're not going to pick fights. We'll play defensively. Feeks, you go split push. Because I think he's the only one who's capable of that because he's the only one with an escape. But the thing is, that's your core. So you're already just burying yourself much deeper in defeat because even your core is scared for his life. So with that being said, the map has turned blue here. Team Malaysia cannot find that window to split push in the past 2 minutes, and Lord is up now. Oh, at least they got something. Down goes Royal Milk. Finally, that's the X-Borg though. I'm pretty sure a lot of resources went into taking down all 4 of his life bars after the immortality, and now Cham just bullying Feeks.
Yeah, actually, Feeks here is in a complex situation. We know that Hayabusa needs to actually burst for the shadow kill. But then again, this is Uranus we are facing, or this is a Razer he's facing. We have the damage though for Sorn. But in terms of the gold lead, in terms of the item lead here of Myanmar, it's kind of difficult for Malaysia to actually burst the players of Myanmar. We have the Necklace of Durance plus a Winter Tension here for the Louis. Imagine the export having this immortality and even the Bloodless Axe. Actually, the top farmer for this game is 8k, so that is a bit of a gold lead against the Hayabusa, which still stands at 6.5k gold. Speaking of damage, for Team Malaysia, they are heavily relying for their finisher, which is fixed. Not unless they will go totally for the Farsa kind of burst. So
Yeah.
again, Lord has been taken here. Oh, what a steal!
Oh, that death is all the more worth it, and he actually almost took down Yellow Flash. That was so close. And now Zorn, walking the other way, will not escape the wrath of Myanmar. That was our Lord, good sir. Why would you do that? 2 down for the price of the Lord. I'll take it. That is a Friday bargain, Chantel.
Yeah, thank God it's Friday for Team Malaysia after taking the Lord. That is actually a buy time for them to turn things around or even blow their minion waves in an advantageous situation against Myanmar. So I guess for Myanmar, that kind of objectives, they need to secure that or else Malaysia, they will have this Esmeralda scaling up his damage. So that is a problem for them. Although Figs, oh my god, he's gonna be killed here by the hands of Yellow Flash. The vacuum was just there, the damage was just there for Team Myanmar. We have the Lord being defended here by Myanmar. It's gonna be 11-2 for the scores. Speaking of cold lead, we have 7.7k for this Hayabusa alone. But then again, it's gonna be a killer spree for Yellow Flash onto his Kimmy.
Oh no. I was gonna say 1 for the Lord, like Ozoroveki for the Lord, that's a good deal. But since one of the other heroes went down as well, like it's not worth it anymore. And just like that, Yellow Flash able to capitalize down bottom. There were less heroes in his face, hence he was able to punch in a little more. Now this turret is being threatened. Ozoroveki here caught out by Yellow Flash's bullets, and now that is actually a orange buff empowered Kimmy. And top taken down by Royal Milk. Now mid gonna follow through. Oh, Chantal, it's like game number 2 all over again. DK jumping in with the Tyrant's Rage. And up next is going to be Rumpel looking for the perfect Fatal Links. He actually used it on cooldown. Fix here has the Shadow Kill. He needs to pop it, needs to press the button at the right time. To get out of here. Flicker out is the Esmeralda. Delayed damage by Yellow Flash. Glowing Wand doing work. Royal Milk barely surviving. Rumpel taken out by Royal Flash. That's 2 down, 3 defenders left for Team Malaysia. Make that 2. Fix and Ozoroveki, the only ones left. This is their last stand. Fix takes out Royal Milk. Sam wants it.
Fix is down.
Yellow Flash with the help of Ionic Edge takes it. 1 defender left. It's Ozoroveki. A minion wave from top and bottom coming in. Hiccup taken out by Ozoroveki. It's a wipe. Yellow Flash is
It's a wipeout, guys.
Myanmar is gonna be moving on to the playoffs, and we have to say goodbye to Team Malaysia. Chantel, how intense was that?
Yeah, I felt the shortness of breath because of the team fight.
I'm fine.
But then
I'm
again,
okay.
for that Kimi though, what's difficult for Malaysia is that they weren't able to actually get close to the Kimi. Imagine having the Kimi just bring about the damage, just doing the ratatatata with the gun, with the DPS. That there alone, that was actually wherein Malaysia fell off short because they were actually skill dependent. After the feathered airstrike, if the Kimi comes in or actually aims for that bird or the Forza, you have to back away. Like for the Kimi, you're just gonna aim. So for Malaysia, it was the same reaction that we had after seeing the Hayabusa. I was giving them the benefit of the doubt that maybe they want to prove something with that Hayabusa pick, but then again, it wasn't effective for them. And again, it is the Kimi that actually negated the Hayabusa pick, but still it was a good game. I just think that we are expected to see more if it wasn't the Hayabusa pick.
For sure. And again, now we have to think about Kimmy. She's back in the spotlight. She's capable of these kinds of games. But nonetheless, we gotta check in on Rob and see what he thinks, because we have to say goodbye to Malaysia. Rob!
Oh man, I guess it's gonna be Hayabusa will haunt the Team Malaysia squad for at least today. I mean, that was an okay pick, but I guess it was terrible in the side of the drafting, because they should somehow anticipate that the Kimi will always gonna be a pick for Yellow Flash, and they tend to pick their hyper carry on their fourth slot, and giving Myanmar the time to ban on the third phase. I think that was the Lancelot was being banned there by Team Myanmar, and very timely ban in terms of hyper carry for the side of Team Malaysia. But man, that was just a deja vu of what happened on game number 2, and I can see on your faces, man, that was just a repeat of what supposed to happen. But ladies and gentlemen, we will be showing you our standings for the moment as the matches will be on the way tomorrow. Of course, the finals will Team Vietnam is already waiting for their opponent in between who's gonna win our match number 3. That's Team Philippines and Team Myanmar. But I would like to ask my co-panel here, Leo. I think you said earlier that this would be probably your last to join us here on the Razer SEA-Invitational.
Yep. More likely, definitely, than probably, unless something comes up. But yeah, it was a nice time. Always awesome being with you guys. But yeah, it would be nice to maybe come back and help out, especially with tomorrow's matches. I think that's going to be Myanmar against the Philippines. It's a rematch. That is going to be Yangon Galacticos versus Bren Esports all over again. And I feel like Yellow Flash, he's out for revenge. Like he's back. Like again, after seeing his Kimmy today, I feel like he's found new energy.
He's ready.
Probably. Yeah. Would you think that Team Philippines boots are shaking right now?
I don't know. I feel like they need to go back to the drawing board. Yeah, and maybe, just maybe, they might come back stronger. I don't know. Chantel, you were saying?
I guess for Team Philippines, there might be a factor that they're actually going on for a brainstorming, and brainstorming before the game proper is actually bad for a team. So I guess for Bren Esports, they need to stand still in terms of their drafting or actually their game strategy, and not be affected by the performances of these teams today, because so far these teams are just playing their hearts out. We could see their wantness to win the game,
their desire
to win this game. So I guess for Bren and Myanmar, it's gonna be another team fight, another battle for them, and a lot more difficult because they actually know the strategy of each teams.
Yes, totally agree. I think Bren Esports, or at least Team Philippines, have a long night just to review and study the games tomorrow against Team Myanmar. But before we actually head on to before we actually close the show here for the Mobile Legends, is that I would like to remind everyone that Dota 2 upper bracket match Team Philippines versus Team Indonesia will be happening at least 8 p.m. Philippine time, or at least that's 2000 GMT plus 8. But I may ask my man here, Leo, it's been a while. I mean, how many days were already here? That's what, 8 or 9 days here for the Razer SEA-Invitational.
Yeah.
It saddens me definitely that you're not going to be able to join us for tomorrow's grand final. So any final thoughts, Leo?
First of all, don't be too sad. I mean, it's not the last time we'll be working with each other. And I think it's not the last our viewers will be seeing of me as well. Like, it would mean a lot to me if you guys checked out my Facebook page, facebook.com/leocastsph, and see what else I'm working on. And again, it's such an honor to be a part of the inaugural Razer SEA-Invitational. And I love seeing the best of the best in the SEA region going up against each other in Mobile Legends. And who knows, this might be the same teams we see in the SEA Games 2021 when we go over to Vietnam. But nonetheless, it's been an honor and a privilege. And again, I hope I gave you guys a worthy performance. And yeah, good luck to everyone playing tomorrow. That's going to be, again, Vietnam and the Philippines. And Myanmar and the Philippines, and to Vietnam, they just chilling. So I'm excited to see what VEC Fantasy Main is going to be bringing. And with that being said, I just thank you everyone so much.
Yeah, I'm totally excited as well. And hopefully we could be able to at least visit the SEA Games on Vietnam by sometime next year. If in case all the things are being settled in our planet, at least. It's not only on our country, but everyone in the world is actually having a hard time in the pandemic that's been happening for today.
Sure.
But I would like to hear, of course, Chantel, what's going to be your final thoughts? I'm pretty sure I'll be working with you once again tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm just really hyped with this kind of performances we're seeing right now with the team. So for tomorrow's games, I just want to see a different spice. Or actually, it's going to be a bloodbath for the teams. And we've mentioned that this is going to be the preparation for the SEA Games. So I guess we are going to be seeing a lot more different draft picks for them. And again, thank you for this Razer SEA-Invitational. Regardless of the pandemic outbreak that we're having right now, we were able to actually cater the needs of these teams or even the viewers right now that needs to see the evolution of Mobile Legends in terms of the strategy and the gameplay. So we'll be seeing tomorrow again, Rob, and for Leo, thanks for being my partner today.
Yes, very amazing. But anyway, once again, congratulations again to Team Vietnam for securing themselves a grand final slot. And thank you as well to Team Malaysia for an amazing run as they bid goodbye here in the Razer SEA-Invitational 2020. But looks like Team Myanmar earned a spot and a chance to settle a score with their rival on Group B. That's going to be Team Philippines as they will be facing with each other in a best-of-3 series into our lower bracket finals. That's gonna happen tomorrow, 1500 GMT +8, or if you live in the Philippines, that's 3 p.m. And of course, that's gonna do it for us here on behalf of our hardworking and amazing casters, Chantel and Leo, and to all the production and broadcast crew, the Razer and the Tier 1 Entertainment staff. Thank you for watching. We'll see you once again tomorrow into our grand finals. Stay safe and good night.